Hello. I saw you try to sneak that cup down. And then your eyes, like, I didn't think anything of it. It was your eyes at the moment, like,
because I thought I had more time. I'm like, oh no, I don't.
That countdown, it goes out fast. Like I press it, and all of a sudden, it's like 10 seconds. Well, happy Monday, February 27th. This is the last Monday of February, and the last Monday of Black History Month. But Black History is all year, not just 1 month.
Yes.
So be nice to your local Blacks, okay? And so
be nice to your local
not
Blacks.
the local Blacks.
Right.
It's real. You do. I've been seeing a lot of disrespect this month, and I just
Local
need us to
and
tighten up
Blacks.
for the rest of the year.
Yes, please. And for the rest of our lives, Florida, we talking to you, okay?
Oh my!
I live here, and
Florida,
you know,
straight to the point. That one.
it's a lot of stuff happening. Anyways, enough about Florida. Let's just move on. We are joined by 2 guests, okay, and then we have an announcement, all right, and then another cool thing. One thing that's not on the ROS, and I purposely didn't put it there because I didn't want a preparation for it, but. Starting off with our guest, we have GiGi. Is it Murakami?
Murakami, yeah.
Murakami. I got it right. Yeah. And we have Cutt. Okay. So GiGi, go ahead and tell the people who you are and what you do.
Hi, my name is GiGi Murakami. I'm a manga artist and illustrator. My manga and illustrations are primarily horror focused, horror sci-fi stuff. And I take a lot of inspiration from like old pulp, vintage, American comic book covers, movie posters, and I mix it with like Japanese manga art.
Awesome. And is there something else that you need to say? cough?
Oh my gosh.
Put it back up there.
I'm also in the middle of working on my first manga called Resenter. Chapter 1 is out right now.
Yes.
Go check it out.
Hey.
Go check it out.
Do the thing.
There you go. I was like, you better. The one thing I told her to make sure
I thought that was going to be at the end. I didn't know that was at
the beginning and the end. You sandwich it in. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Top of the show.
Yeah,
Get on the show. Bottom of the show.
All the parts of the show.
Yes.
Okay.
Cutt had a little taste a few weeks ago. That's why he's prepared. All right, Cutt, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, my name is Cutt. I'm the CEO of Cutt Productions.
Yes.
That's what they slapped me about. Talking about promotion. So I have a coloring book for all ages. You can get that at jcutt.com. I'm an artist. I do custom art for people, and I do personal art, things like this, which is my We're Off to See the Wizard shirt. So just a lot of fun stuff. And
that's fire! Kind of like the Yellow Brick Road, but also a tornado.
Yeah, so a tornado says "We're off to see the wizard" and says the whole lyrics. Well, not the whole lyrics, but a good portion of the song is really fun. So stuff like that.
Awesome.
Crazy. He came prepared. My book is here. I didn't even think to bring it up.
Girl, you bet. Well, you have to go from now until then to go grab it. Okay, you can go.
It's right here. It's right here.
We want to see it now.
Pull it up.
If he put his up, I'ma just,
there you go.
Yes, that looks good.
There you go.
Presenter.
We'd like to see it.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Laura,
go.
Okay.
Definitely go.
Awesome.
See, I didn't know we was bookending.
Come on now.
Hello, better. And then while we're at it, go ahead and put the link in the private chat so the interns could drop it down in the stream. Oh, you too, Cutt. Okay, put it in the private chat so the interns could drop it in the chats so people could check it out. Okay. Now, another thing. All right. We have a special announcement. Okay.
Oh, come on.
Exciting.
Our special announcement is that we have 2 new hosts that have joined the team. Okay. We've got Chelsea Bites.
I wish I had it.
I know. I don't have any horns. And we have Goofy Wise. We make our own sounds here. Okay. We make our own sounds here.
Yes.
Yeah, all those other fancy podcasts, they have buttons and things they press. We do it with our mouths. I realize how this sounded. That's not what it is.
It's a word.
Not on Black History Month.
Okay.
PartyChat podcast.
We just got a couple
Do
more.
it with your
Only here.
mouth.
2 more days, and then you can do whatever you want to
Couple
do.
more, just a couple more days, and we'll make it happen.
I'm glad you
Put
caught
on a
it.
t-shirt. Okay.
Put it on a t-shirt for sure. Yeah, we do it with our mouth.
I loved it.
Oh, and have like a mic there, you know? It's like, you know, no Jacob. Okay, all right. So anyways,
sick.
I tried to make it a thing. So shout out to you guys. We're excited to have you join. Not to put you, but also to put you on the spot. Do you have any words that you want to say, you know, as your first day being an official host on the podcast?
You go first.
We want to hear stuff.
Who's
Go on, Goofy.
Oh, okay.
Not me.
Well, lucky for you, I'm good on the fly. I would just like to say
Excellent.
that it's a pleasure to be here. I've been on the PartyChat podcast quite a few times, and I've always had a really memorable experience. Something that I really enjoyed. You know, my passion is to talk about, you know, this nerd kind of space. And it's like I love to be here and just talk about talk with like-minded individuals about things I really care about and I'm really passionate about. So thank you, Christine, for having me. I'm super excited about this next journey and next chapter in this overall book that I'm writing. So
Of course.
Hey.
And when you write that book, make sure you
love.
have it ready so we can put it up and
Yeah.
you know, have you show people.
yeah.
All right, Chelsea.
Oh, it's my turn. Yes.
Give it
Hi.
to 'em.
You can only do
Hello.
it for so long.
It's me, Chelsea Bites, and it's just always great to be in a space where it looks like you. I've been in a lot of spaces where it's just me, and it was really. I really appreciate Christine so much for just taking the time on me, even though, you know, I was just coming in through like, oh yeah, I'm just going to talk about these shows, talk to people. But then when she asked, I was like, oh my God, yes, absolutely. This means amazing, like things just to come in and be able to have a comfortable conversation. So I'm glad that I get to spend it with y'all, hone my skills as well, and get to add to something that's just a net positive for our community. So thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Absolutely.
The Marco. Shit like that. Bang, bang, bang. Oh,
I'm
she's
sick
spitting.
of you guys. Sick of you guys.
Hey, we just getting started, Chelsea.
Stay alive.
Oh my Lord. Yeah,
But
my
I will say,
days.
so thank you guys for saying yes and coming on, and you guys have been awesome, like to have on to the podcast in general. And like one of the things that I was telling Goofy wise, like the importance, like having conversation and being conversational. And when you guys come, you guys show up and you show out. And I'm really grateful and I appreciate you. So thank you guys so much for joining the team. And speaking of like cool things, okay, before we talk about the cool things, something that we were supposed to do at the beginning, and meaning me, I should have done this at the beginning, but I you know, get a little sloppy sometimes. I want to say shout out to our members, okay? We have a couple members that have started signing up. Okay. Hold on. Where's the graphic? Okay. There it is.
There's the graphic.
Shout out to Charles, Pretlow, and Eliminate. And the more of you guys that join, your name will show up there in lights right there at the beginning of the stream. And we're going to show it at the end of the stream. Okay. You get love at the beginning and the end. All right. I was going to say something, but I think I've ticked my box already by what I said earlier. So I'm not going to repeat that again. Okay. But thank you guys so much. If you want to become a member, you could click the join button right beside the subscribe button. Look at all the benefits. There are a lot of great things on there. And yeah, we'll be happy to have you. Now on to other cool things. One of us, all right. Oh, I want to play this as a guessing game, okay? And the person that just don't say anything. One of us was in a really fire commercial, okay? Who do you think it was?
I already know who it is. So.
I mean,
right.
hold on. She's
Hold on. I will show you. Chat, did you guys guess? Because it's for the chat to guess. The chat can guess. Because a lot of us have been tweeting and retweeting this completely. Okay. So,
hey,
let's show that graphic.
Give it to all of them.
Oh my
Slap me in the face, I want you.
Okay, Y2K aesthetic.
Girl, purple is your color. Purple
Yes.
is your color.
Okay,
Hello,
purple.
hello,
You know,
hello.
man, what a
Come on,
Wow.
Chelsea.
Ooh, purple, man. That was like months in the making. I thought I was going to New York, and then they were like, "Are you riding out to Connecticut?" I was like, "What?" And then they were like, "All right, here we go. You're gonna be here all day." I was like, "All right, fine. We're here all day." And it was really weird, like breaking out of my comfort zone. But yeah, they warm you up really well. They were like, "All right, just do some movements, man. Like move your arms."
The surfer
like,
boys, yeah.
right, yeah, bro. And I was like, "Okay, I'm moving around, doing things." But all that 12 hours boiled into like that spot, and then some photos. I hope we get to see. But it was lit. It was a lot of fun. And I'm gonna need Herman Miller to go ahead and drop that discount code. Thank you.
Bro,
Hello?
Thank you.
Oh, so for those
Thank you.
asking, Kamari asked, and this was for a you said Herman Miller commercial. Is it online based, TV based, everywhere based? Like, where can people see it?
So I'm gonna grab the details, but I heard that it was in commercials in North America and Germany. So your girl's international now.
Come on, residuals. Come on,
we
residuals.
gotta gather the data, put this in my data package for my media kit. All that.
Hello, yes.
Yeah.
Including that image right there. Okay, let's throw that image up again right now because it was like it's such a fire image.
Who
okay,
is she? I don't know.
Look at
It's
look
her.
at her.
Okay.
Giving it to us.
Look at her.
What she wanted to do.
Her. She.
Okay.
Okay,
You're,
Lavender.
look at her.
Okay, Lavender.
Yes, I feel like if this was a movie, you're like the tech girl, right? That people are like, you're like, oh, she's really freaking cool, but also like, oh, I don't want to cross her because I'm kind of scared of her at the same time. You know, the respect, right? Hello.
She might hack
But
into
if
my
she's
computer
with you,
or
she's
something.
with you. Right? She's
like,
I
mess
got
up
you.
all my hard drives or something. I sensitive data in there.
She just typing
Yeah,
on
no,
motherfucker.
that-
You know how in all the shows they be typing like a motherfucker, like
fast, hella fast. Like,
got him.
Yeah, that's me. When I'm mad, I'm just tearing y'all up. No, yeah, I think locks. I gotta say, like, I got these locks installed, and they work for every look. They're honestly the most professional hairstyle you can have because you can do anything with them. Anything you can. I was like, yo, I look like I'm running a conglomerate with this style right now.
What the mogul is going on?
Not conglomerate.
Right. That's the word I landed on. It was.
I love it.
It's the perfect one though, because it said everything you needed to do, but it's also a word you don't hear every day.
Right.
You don't.
I know.
You need
You know what I'm
it
saying?
right when you need it.
Yeah.
Right when I need it. Yeah, that was
Hilarious.
nice. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all hyping me up. That was something I had not done in a ever.
In a ever.
No, it
was
I had to
fire.
think back. I was like, huh? Ever. Thank y'all. Hopefully more of that to come. We'll see.
Of course. Well, yeah.
You
yeah.
got it.
For sure. For
It will
sure.
come.
Okay. For sure. It will come. All right. It will come.
Manifest
Don't forget
that.
us when you do more of that. Okay. When you sitting in them SAG award ceremonies. Okay. So remember us. Okay.
I got you. Of course.
So another announcement is PartyChat Oscars, okay, which is new to our two new hosts, but every year, because we've kind of talked about how the politicalness of the Oscars have been, but for the past couple of years, what we do is called PartyChat Oscars, and we have our other hosts and other guests and other creators we've had on submit submissions for the PartyChat Oscars, and then the public votes on who should win, and it'll be basically any movie that came out in 2022. It does not have to be on the ballot. So it could be something that you were like, this person should win actress or actor of the year. This person or this movie should win film of the year for whatever. And, you submit, and we'll have that the 13th because the 12th is the Oscars. So PartyChat Oscars will be the day after. We all dress up and then we kind of go over the winners and everything. So see you there. I see Goofy Wise has got his face already. What was that? Like the blue steel there? I saw. Okay.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay.
Little shum.
Watch out, bruh. I'm sorry. I'm not your bruh.
Oh, that I've been seeing that thing everywhere. You're excused, and I'm not your bruh. Like,
yeah.
So we have some news this week. I feel like instead of doing our at the beginning of the month announcing everything, doing it weekly, so it's not like 50 movies mentioned at one time, you know. So so we have the games that'll be coming out this week, the movies that'll be coming out this week, and the shows that'll be coming out this week. And we'll kind of go from order. So Jazz, you can take the first part. Chelsea, you can take the second part. And Goofy, you can take the third part. And J-Dog, if you could throw it up on the screen too, please.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be on the screen. All right, cool.
It's gonna be on the screen.
I was like, I'm looking at the run of show like.
I love that for me. I love that for me. Truly.
Yeah, because I'm like looking at. Oh yeah, you have the gaming, right? There's like only a couple there. He's good. It's pulling up. All right.
Cool.
All right. So for movies, tomorrow, February 28th, we have The Adventures of Jurassic Pet 2, The Lost Secret, and that is on VOD and digital. The Man in the Basement. That sounds like a horror. Okay. Last Chance, Charlene. March 1st, we have American Baltic. March 3rd, we have Creed 3. I need to watch.
I'm
fun
ready.
fact,
and one of them ones.
And I need to.
Wow.
I haven't seen it either, but I want to see this one.
Yeah.
The muscles.
I
got
any of them?
No,
I've never seen any of them.
I ain't seen any one.
So I need to like do like a quick binge and then watch the movie of the third one.
That's true. I haven't seen them either.
Children of the Corn.
I'll do a
That's
binge
crazy.
as
I've seen
well.
every single one. That's crazy.
It's
I
so
don't think I'm
good.
going
The
binge
Creed movies
anyone.
are so good.
Children of the Corn.
Except
Not
Goofy.
Children of the
Goofy
Corn.
has been on it.
Oh, no, I'm
Finding Michael. Is this Michael
That's
Jackson
scary.
or is this something else?
Not
yeah.
No.
Which Michael are
Disney
they
Plus.
finding?
I don't think so.
Okay. Whatever.
Is it Jordan or Jackson? Which one?
I don't know. Love at First Kiss, Netflix, Transfusion, and Hunt Her, Kill Her. On Limit. I don't know what Limit is.
We've got very questionable titles. Okay, and I do have a question. For The Man in the Basement, are they in Charlene's basement? Because right after it says "Last Chance, Charlene." I just feel like it's the person in the basement coming up. Like,
Gotta be
Last Chance, Charlene. That's it.
Gotta be it.
All right. Chelsea's got the TV shows.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. So March 1st with these TV shows, we are starting heavy with The Mandalorian season 3 on Disney Plus, and I am psyched. I mean, it was kind of weird how it all worked out, in season 2 for me, but can't get enough of my little the child, little baby girl.
The child. What's his name again?
Baby Yoda. That's his name. We don't call him
Baby Yoda.
You don't acknowledge the other day?
No. It's Baby Yoda. We don't care.
It's gotta be. All right, fine, whatever. That you name them. It's your baby too. Everybody, it's America's baby at this point. America's alien baby.
America's baby.
Now we got Survivor season. Why is there a Survivor?
44. Good. Is this as long as Law and
Lord.
Order?
And they need to survive. They did survive 44 seasons.
They've been surviving, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been doing it on CBS. If you're gonna go catch that, I'm
CBS
impressed
don't
with
cancel
you.
shows. That C and CBS is not for cancel.
It's for
That means
continue.
Continued broadcasting services. Thank you. All right.
Yes.
March 2nd, we have The Flipping El Musas. I hope I said that right. Season 1 on HGTV and Discovery Plus. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to find out.
Oh, I imagine because it says HGTV, probably flipping houses. It's probably another family that flips houses. So they probably buy properties and then fix them up and sell them.
So they're The Flipping El. Got it. You know what? I like how you said that. That's how it's in my brain now. All right. So on March 3rd, we got Daisy Jones and the Six Limited. Prime Video, Grand Crew, season 2 on NBC. Next in Fashion. Actually excited about that one. Season 2 on Netflix. And right. And then The Problem with Jon Stewart, season 2, Apple TV. That guy. I know him. Of him. And not personally. Just I didn't even watch season 1. But he's a.
I didn't know there was a season 1, but
so.
I guess he wanted to come back in the scenes.
I didn't know it.
He left the Today Show before Trevor.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the only one who doesn't know who this is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I am excited for
Jon
next
Stewart?
Infection
Look his face up.
like,
You'll know their face.
You'll know
You'll
his face. Yeah.
Look up their face.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you've ever seen the Today Show before Trevor Noah was the host, Jon Stewart was the
That's
host.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense now. I was like, Jon
Yep.
Stewart.
Oh, him. Okay.
Yeah.
He passed it on to Trevor Noah some years back.
Yeah,
which was wild.
And then who are they passing it to now? Now that Trevor's gone,
I don't think they picked yet. They just kind of been having guests until they forget.
I didn't realize.
I didn't know Trevor left.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he left. He's done.
Yeah, he left. I didn't know that.
Now? Anybody know?
I didn't know that.
I mean, he's rich. He's probably just chilling out.
Yeah. Vibing.
Because I would be chilling out. Give me a break.
Chilling,
Yeah.
you know.
But no, he's probably
I'll
doing
be
stand
vibing.
up and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Goofy wise.
All right, Goofy. Get
For
it
the
up.
video
Come on,
games
go.
okay, hold on, I'm gonna get it.
Taking too long.
My fault. I was trying to make sure everybody was talking. I didn't want to cut nobody off. You know what I'm
Let him
saying?
off. You know.
Now for the video games this week, on March 2nd, we have King of the Castle. It's coming out on PC exclusively. And on March 3rd, we have the long-awaited Wulong Final Dynasty, which is kind of like a Sekiro / Neo, kind of like rogue type game. Very much in the battles and in the counters and whatnot. I'm actually excited for this one for sure. But yeah, that's all the games for this week.
Awesome. All right, that's the new this week. You know, we'll think of like a jingle or something like that to put up there. Like,
That's the news this
That's
week.
the news this week.
Hey.
Oh, okay.
I think the jingle is that we have 3 different jingles. You know?
I was taking a different direction, but I like where you took it. Yeah, it was nice.
I love that. That was beautiful.
So the first thing on the topic is Instagram. You're gonna have to pay for Instagram. No, I'm just kidding. Well, if you want to keep your check, or no, if you want to get a check mark, okay, you have to pay for it. But yes, Instagram and Facebook paid verification. Instagram and Facebook launched new paid verification service, Meta Verified. Okay, and I put my little fingers on the quotes because that's the name that they're calling it. So the article was released on NPR. It's the size for me. All right. For those who didn't know, they actually started it now in New Zealand and, Australia. New Zealand and Australia this week.
It is,
but
so
other
deep.
countries soon. They're going to have other countries in it soon. And it's going to be a monthly service that'll start at $11.99 a month on the web.
You're
right.
You're bugging.
That is a
We
hell
got
of a
85,000
price,
streaming
bro.
services.
They don't even have shows on it. They acting like they got stuff to watch. Like,
Wait.
right?
Hold on.
No.
Wait. So then on the mobile, on iOS or Android, it's going to be $14.99. Okay.
For what? What are you paying
Hello,
for?
somebody.
What are you paying for?
Jazzy, tell them.
So,
what are you like for real? Like list what we're paying for. Honestly.
So apparently, it's going to be in addition to the verification badge. And mind you, they're not going to do the Twitter reverse thing. So if you have one now, you don't have to like get this to keep your badge type of thing. However, for anybody getting it once it's in the country you're in, if you'd like to get a badge, you would pay for the service. In addition to the verification badge, the service includes more protection against impersonating accounts. The way I just want to do this the whole time.
Because if you got more, you should have been protecting
visibility.
from the beginning.
Right.
Hello.
Right.
All right, hold on. Increased visibility in areas such as search and recommendations, and more direct access to customer service or customer support. So those are the those are the lies. Because let me tell you this. No, those are the lies. Let me before you guys dive in, because I know you guys are ready. But before you guys dive in, okay. Apparently, Meta's announcement to charge for verification comes right after the company lost more than $600 billion in market value last year.
Oh, so
that's the fact.
Got nothing to do with
That's
it.
what it is. Okay.
That's your life.
Got it.
So, because Mark said handling money,
That's your company.
We got to go to losses, right? All right, for sure.
I'm not recouping your failures. I'm not.
Right. Exactly that.
You're right. Yes. No, I see somebody's already saying, yeah, we got to start paying to be verified. Bruh. So
I have an issue.
Y'all know who I am. I don't need the check mark no more. Okay. I valued it at one point, but I'm good.
I don't.
My only issue
Especially
is
when it
like,
costs $11.99. Like
well,
online,
no, 14 because
the
you're going to be
computer.
on your phone.
Yes.
And on the computer, right? Not even on the phone.
Right.
Ain't no way, bro.
And who going on the computer for Instagram anyway? So
right?
I mean,
okay. When I'm uploading a picture,
no, for tasks and stuff,
on my computer.
But I mean, like if you're just scrolling, you know.
No, I don't scroll. I don't use it to scroll. I only use it to post, or if I have to DM someone really quick and I'm at my computer, I'll use it on the computer to DM them. But I don't scroll through on there or look at stories on there because the UI on the computer is booty. Okay, and not good booty. It's bad booty.
My issue is
mud butt.
My issue is the blue check mark. So like the blue check mark always was strictly just to say, hey, you are the person you say you are. That's what it means. That's it. Right. If you're the Rock Johnson, that's what the blue check is. If you're, you know, a company, but then it turned into that means you are who you say you are, which means you might be someone important. So it became this more of a you know,
popularity thing. It was like a popularity thing.
It's like a status thing,
which I have no issue with it. But if you have to pay for it,
I took issue with it.
It kind of takes it away, I guess.
It does. But then here's the thing. Like my issue with the way that it was, because the thing that I understood with Elon, right, was the aspect that when it was revealed that some people to get the verified checkmark were paying Twitter staff like thousands of dollars so that they can get the checkmark because it was like this thing of importance. And then here I am, right? And I'll speak for myself and some friends that applied year after year.
Hello.
Constantly applying to get the check mark so that way it could be on
I got an
our
LLC,
stuff.
they didn't care.
Hello, they was like, no, I was on a billboard. I put in the picture of the billboard. They told me you are denied. So I was like, you know what? F it. I don't need y'all no more. I don't need y'all no more.
You submitted the billboard picture.
Hello, I was like,
that's crazy. That's crazy. I love that for you, though.
This is me on the thing.
I would have did that too, though. Low key, that's fire.
It was like, we don't know who you are. Take that thing down.
I am who
You're supposed to submit documents.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Let me give you my I'm gonna do my one take. I'm gonna try to line it up so I can give my succinct opinion on all of this. So we're in a recession, right? And it's been happening for some months now, and it's been broiling, and corporate greed is at an all-time high. You know, in this moment. So now we have the Elons. We have the Elons in our world who are like, you know what's a smart thing to do right now? Let's buy Twitter. Tesla is not doing well, but you know, buying Twitter, that's gonna say something. Right. It's gonna say something because I am a billionaire, a useless one at that, who has an ego problem. So he goes and he buys Twitter and he's like, yeah, you know, I know better than all these engineers who have worked on Twitter for the past decade. So I'm gonna make money. I'm going to make money and we're going to make Twitter Blue expensive for no reason without adding features. In fact, stripping some and they'll eat it up. They'll eat it. Our investors are going to love it. So Elon takes Twitter Blue, bumps it from $3.99 to $8.99 for literally no reason. Me, a salty Twitter user, so upset because I thought bookmark folders were all I needed to use Twitter Blue for. I was like, yes, this is all I needed. Thank God, this made my experience so much better. I don't mind spending $3.99 for this. This makes my Twitter experience so much better. Elon comes in, ruins that. Me thinking I'm grandfathered into the program. Not true. Kicks us all off. And then we get this ugly blue check mark to boot. And I got to explain myself to everybody. No, wait, I just wanted it for the bookmark folder. That's no. So now we go from $8.99 to $11.99 on Twitter.
Crazy.
For what?
Oh, it increased even more?
$50. Yes, it's about to increase. You go from spending $50 a year to over $100 for nothing. No improvements whatsoever, and
just
Facebook
to get pissed off.
Also going
get gummy bears
essentially.
It's vanity metrics, but some people are into that, disgusting. And that's why some people are paying for it.
And it's so stupid. It's so.
If
you're paying for that for vanity, you gotta stop. I promise
but
you.
See, it's different when it's like I understand people who do it business wise, but it's like.
So yeah, businesses have their
that.
own verification form. They have the gold check marks on Twitter.
The gold check
Gold?
marks.
Yes.
They have gold check marks.
Do they have to pay for that? Yeah, they have the gold one, but do they have to pay for that?
I think that's the process. Yeah.
I think it's like they've said like the gold ones or like the yellow ones are like for like the businesses. Like it's not like a person. Like if you're a person with a check mark, you get the blue. But if you like represent a whole business, then that's when you get the yellow, so it can be like separated like from that.
Okay.
So if I pay my Instagram bill and then I miss a month, they're gonna take my check off?
Yeah.
I guess
they do it regularly. They do it regularly on Twitter. I have fluctuated.
Oh, that's the ghetto right
blue
there.
Check mark and back and forth. Because for like a month I had it, and then I did my payment, and then it just didn't come back.
No, they gonna know I ain't paying my bill because they're gonna be like, he had a blue check mark this week.
Yeah. And then
not the mix.
So people are pocket watching you through your check mark.
Yo, they gonna be like, he ain't got no money.
It's like rent. It's rent or the check mark now.
They said ain't pay that bill.
It's a struggle life as an artist. They about to really find out for real.
You know, somebody quick screenshot it too.
So my issue
would be like, look, Jay Cutt, look at that. It was a slow month in November, wasn't it?
The January AdSense on YouTube is low right now, ain't it? Check marks.
Nobody know I'm broke, but they're gonna find out today.
One thing that
it's
really
so dumb though, because I am regularly paying that Twitter subscription, and it still went away. Like
but that's that's called shut the whole place down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll finish off on Facebook and I'll let y'all continue. Facebook thinking
they have it
that
too?
Elon. Yeah, that's what this Instagram
that's what,
payment.
Yeah, because it's gonna be Facebook and Instagram because Meta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Meta. Oh God, Meta. Jesus. Yeah. So
he really thought that
I guess
was gonna
Zuck
be a
thinks
thing.
this is gonna help. And I think he's just doing it to please investors at the moment. Just to be like, hey, there's another way we can make money. I mean, Facebook's still so popular.
To recoup.
It's not. But yeah. Well, it's dumb. They're just trying to reskin this platform without adding any real features and just taking your money.
Right.
And I hate it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's
essentially.
it.
Yeah. To add on to what Chelsea's saying is I when I read some of the descriptions for this, I'm like, okay, they like you said, they're not adding shit else to the platform. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Then I read things like, oh, increased visibility. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me all my time on Instagram grinding away an audience, right? Y'all saying the quiet part out loud right now. We have taken away your audience from you. They don't. Most of your followers don't even see your posts.
Twitter also.
Now y'all gonna sell me back my audience that I grinded.
That I grinded.
Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna still try it out.
So
That's not the conversation, but
the gall.
No, JK, you got
the gumption.
Nah, just kidding. The gumption, right?
Can we talk about that real quick? Actually, that was the beautiful point you added, Goofy, and just host the host because we're clearly on the same wavelength right now. No, I'm kidding. No, I think all of you can understand this if you're on socials. Twitter has always suppressed your posts if you do what Twitter doesn't want you to do. Every algorithm out there, especially if it's taking you to another platform that is not the platform you're on, it is not going to like that, whether they say it or not. It depends on how they format their platforms. Like, how you have the For You feed now or the following feed. And depending on how it's oriented or what you frequent, you'll see a certain amount of post or a certain type of post. So if you're wondering why you put a link in your tweet and it doesn't do so well, that's why. They'll deny, but it's the truth. So now they're just being more upfront about it.
That's all.
Yeah,
they're like, oh, well, now we're gonna make you pay for it. Because when I saw that Twitter Blue, when Elon just straight up was like, oh yeah, if you don't have Twitter Blue, your tweets are gonna be suppressed
at the bottom. Yes, he did. Yeah,
I 100% believed him. I was like, that's probably the one true thing that's coming out of your mouth. Because unfortunately, they hold your audience. It's just the truth.
It just feels like I was thinking about Incredibles with Syndrome when he says, if everybody has superpowers, nobody has them.
Yes.
Like, if we all are paying for it, then it just goes back to what it was anyway.
Normal. Yeah.
We all, you know what I mean? Then it goes back to whoever has the bigger platform will get the push anyway. So
Right. But now
the thing is, they still win because they get that money.
Well, they win. Yeah, right. You're
they
right.
win. Yeah, it's not a win for us, but they win because they get that money, and that's the thing that does suck. And even like this mindset, this greed mindset of like, oh, we're going to suppress your content if it includes a link for somebody else or somewhere else. It like, especially in this age we're in as content creators, where you have to be in a lot of platforms, right? You have to be in a lot of platforms to try to find success, because especially when it comes to brand deals, for a brand, if they have more places that they can put content with you and increase their visibility, they're going to want to work with you. And that's why you have your content creator that you follow that has like every platform that exists. So it sucks that they put these situations, right? It sucks that they put these situations where now, like, okay, my Twitter, if I'm putting something on Twitter and I'm on Instagram, and it's like the things will be suppressed if you're out. So it makes no sense. Let's just be everywhere. Let us just be everywhere freely.
And even I agree with that, but I feel like they're afraid that they're gonna be MySpace. And I'm not trying to go there.
That's crazy.
But like, not everything lasts forever, and they're afraid they're gonna die. And the more you jump away, the more you have a chance to die as a social media platform.
That's true as well.
And what also, go ahead. Well, I'll say this really quick. I understand that mindset about the what happened to MySpace. You know, the old days of MySpace, right? However, they're making this decision, and especially charging people for things and suppressing it. Honestly, I feel like is driving them more closer to becoming MySpace versus against it, because I feel like we'll be in these situations where you're like, okay, well, I'm not paying $15.99 on this website and then $8.99 on this other website, because there is a recession that's coming that's going to be even worse. Google dropped 12,000 or had 12,000 layoffs. Meta laid off 11,000 employees. There are a lot of these layoffs happening, and a lot of us will have to decide where we're going to be. And it's going to be one of those moments, especially if you're suppressing people who don't pay the money. And it's like, well, if I'm going to pay, I'm going to pay at one place, or I'm not going to pay and I'm just going to stay in one place so my audience knows this is where I'm at. So they're driving themselves closer to becoming MySpace than anything.
That's
Can
very
we talk
true.
about the biggest cap in the article, though?
What's
about
that?
how these payments are going to lead to more customer support, like more direct customer support.
Stop that.
It's ridiculous.
Wow.
Is there a phone number?
Right.
I would like to talk to
like, where is
somebody.
the phone number?
I need support.
I need a direct link, not the thank you for calling.
Yeah.
No. I don't need that.
Yeah.
I would like to speak
Somebody
to an
got to pick up
operator.
the phone.
There's also an even greater lie. It says, unlike Twitter, however, Meta clarified that there will be no changes to accounts which were verified as a result of prior authenticity and notability requirements. As part of our vision, we are evolving the meaning of the verified badge so we can expand access to verification and more people can trust the accounts they interact with are authentic. So their lie is authenticity. This is not about F your authenticity.
Well,
this is all about your bottom.
One thing I can say would make the badge part I'll accept more. Maybe I don't know how the Twitter one, I don't know if it's the same way. If you still have to go through the process in the sense of like proving that you are who you are, but if it's just like you could just pay for it and get it, you get what I'm trying to say? Like if you're just paying for it and getting it, to me, that's like, it's weird to me. But if it's like you're paying for it, but you still got to like show the paperwork. That
like there's still like a process.
It's still a little bit of a process. It's just not as complicated of a process as before. Then I would accept that more. But
I wonder.
But
I'm
like,
not sure.
will we even be able to see that to prove it though? But that's a good statement though, because like then I mean that would hopefully avoid what happened with Twitter when like people were just getting the badges and impersonating.
That's what it seems like.
That shit was beautiful.
The fools going on here,
bro. Lockheed Martin dropped like so many stocks when that happened, bro. When they were impersonating people, like so many like military industrial complex companies, like we're dropping
and the pharmaceutical company, the pharmaceutical company too. That was with
people were just saying real shit too. They were saying real shit, and I was like, oh, this is great. This is cinema right here. I love this.
I mean, you got to say to him.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. One thing you did, please.
Oh, okay. One thing I do want to jump back to, because I just, man, this really just grinds my gears. Like hearing
my gears.
This, verification, invisibility talk. You know what I'm saying? It's because, like, I think on average, don't quote me on this, but I think on average, like, only about 10% of your audience will see like any given post. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they're sitting here telling us, on one hand, they're also telling us that they're selling us back our visibility. And we're talking about like, we're talking about links and sharing and stuff like that. And they say they don't like that. But it's like, as if that's like the problem with the apps.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
When we in reality, what's the problem with the apps is they're trying to make money off the app, so they're bringing in more ads, which is killing discoverability. You know what I'm saying?
That collagen ad, man, and that solitaire ad, bro.
Bro, come on, I'm tired.
You know what ad I was tired of seeing? I was tired of seeing that damn lizard on his back and his legs spread open. Was anybody else getting that one?
Every
time I opened up Twitter, I kept seeing
Twitter or
OnlyFans open like this.
That's only zoos. I don't know what that is.
I ain't never seen that one now.
I don't know.
I know exactly.
I promise, but
no, I know what she's talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm so glad we lived that same fever dream because I was tripping. I was like, what is this nasty? It looked so disturbing. It just did.
Yes.
But you're right. You're right, Goofy. It's bruh.
It's
corporate
tiring.
greed.
Yeah, it is. And it's
essentially.
Like, we could have such better platforms that would ultimately end up making more money for them if they would just like look longer term. You know what I'm saying? I get that, Twitter was not super profitable because they really don't know how to profit off these things. They just know that we can profit off these things. And that in itself is like money to them. You know what I'm saying?
That's like the whole point of Silicon Valley is that they get their venture capitalists and then it's like, okay, we have an idea and now we have money. Like, let's figure it out. Let's figure out how to make it work. But there's never a concrete plan. It's just okay, let's try that. Let's try this. Let's try that.
Yeah. And it's always on the backs of the creators.
But not gonna hold you. And I hate that this is kind of being rewarded right now. But like the mess that Elon Musk caused over at Twitter by going through the Twitter Blue and that is rewarding him now because now Meta is doing that. And how much you want to bet? Like all the other ones is gonna.
It's validation. It's validation.
And even
we'll see what TikTok does.
That. But then even though the social media platforms that haven't been created yet that are coming, like they're gonna be thinking about this.
Oh, for sure. It's setting a precedent for sure. If they can get away with it, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. Yeah.
Totally. Part of their business model.
That goes back to streaming with all the movies, like all the streaming show places. Like once they saw Netflix really ate Blockbuster alive, basically. I mean, not overnight, but over time.
They had Blockbuster made me so mad because they had a head start and they just didn't take it. But please,
they had a head start.
And they tried to say that Netflix what they were trying
Blockbuster had hubris on their back.
And then Netflix had a Blockbuster movie or whatever it was. So it's like
a show. It's a show.
It's funny.
Or a show. And they had the documentary and the show.
Documentary. That's what it was. So it's one of those, But it's just like my thing is, first of all, anybody who has cable, I'm like, wow, you are.
I literally just got rid of it.
Because cable never existed in this place. Because what? Like I'm not going to spend $1 million
the way my
on cable and $1 million per streaming. Like,
right.
So it's like y'all know we got bills, right? So like y'all all want us to have your platform. How? That's why when they start merging, I'd be like, thank you, because that's just one less bill I got to pay for.
Right.
Figure out what the rewards are for staying a cable user for the past like 2-3 decades.
Live, that's it.
Sports. So I will say that sports is literally the only thing. So my husband, he was like, he's going to get back into football, right? And it became difficult to find the games, especially on the streaming services, because there's also the gatekeeping of devices. I think me and Jazz talked about this about Crunchyroll, and it's the same thing with like Fox Sports. Doesn't really work on this one Samsung TV, but if you're on this LG TV, it works great. Which TV do we have in the living room? The Samsung TV. So like having cable would have been more helpful or was helpful during that time, but ours didn't even work. So that's one of the reasons I canceled. I was like, take your box, come back, beef with my internet, cut my bill down. All right. And so they come in tomorrow. So but
50% of my watching is YouTube and the other 50 is the other streaming. So what I need cable for. And these smart TVs are basically cable now, is what it feels like.
What I want to see is more mutual aiding the Netflix, the Hulu, the fucking HBO. Like that's what I do. Like I got a friend group. We just like, all right, who got this? You got HBO.
I see
Hulu.
what you're doing.
You know what I'm saying? Like we going. Like, I only
well,
get
you know
one.
they hate that though.
One,
they know they hate that.
They do
Netflix
hate that.
Trying so hard to cut down on that, bro.
That's why he's like he doesn't do that anymore, Goofy, because someone got media access to Netflix stuff. We don't do that anymore. Okay, so he's talking about what he used to do. He's talking about what he used to do, not what he does now. Okay. Before we move on to our next thing, the one thing I do want to say, because I do feel like with anything this needs to be said, that and we do have a new member that we got to shout out. So shout out to you. We will shout you out in a second. But if you see someone, because I did see this, right, where one of the things I will say about social media, there's a gift and a curse. There's a bunch of gifts and a bunch of curses. One of them is people kind of merging opinion and fact as if it's one thing and beating people with that. And that needs to stop. I've been seeing people ranting about, oh, you're stupid if you buy the check mark. Listen, it ain't your money. Leave them be. Okay?
That part.
Right? Like if someone buys the check mark, yes, the we've talked about verification. It's not the popularity thing that it used to be. Anybody can get the check mark, right? There are a couple other benefits with getting it on Twitter Blue. I know some people mentioned editing their tweets. Chelsea was talking about the way that she can lay out her Twitter. If Chelsea was like, I want to buy it because I want to have the blue check mark, what's it to you? It's not your business, okay? Stop beating up people and ranting about other people and what they're doing with their money or their time, especially when it ain't hurting you, okay? All right.
You sound ignorant.
You ain't said nothing good to say. Don't say nothing at all. That's
you don't know. Hello. You don't sound like you know what you're talking about. That's what it sounds like. All right. When I want to edit my tweets, I get 30 minutes to edit my tweets, and you sitting there with that typo in your tweet. What about it?
Look at stupid.
What about it?
I'm not gonna even hold you. The fact that you can edit tweets is like, ooh, because I always have typos. I always have spelling mistakes, and like I'm just like, dang.
A lot of people need to edit their tweets.
It's out there. You're like, it's out there.
No, it's looking.
I see
it's
y'all
a hard sell on me.
Hey, you know what? I think as a creator, it is especially as a creator, it's very useful to have Twitter Blue. It's like being able to upload 1080p, 60 FPS videos, being able to bookmark.
That's what I'm saying. When you're using it business-wise, creative-wise,
exactly.
I get having these things. But if you just want it for
if you just want it,
or just to have,
I will look at you a little funny, but it's your money.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. Right. I mean, if we could look at them a little funny, let's just not tweet it. You know,
listen. When I have the blue check mark on Instagram, I did it the old-fashioned way. Just saying.
Yeah, we can think it.
How many of y'all check out some of them arguments on Twitter, and then the first thing people come for is, but I see you play for Twitter Blue, and it's like,
oh yes, that's why I don't say nothing. I can't get in the Twitter argument because I'm gonna get got.
Let me just stay out of it.
The feeling that I feel though sometimes when I see somebody like, I just see them going back, and I'm like the Michael Jackson gif with the popcorn, just watching, and
enjoying yourself.
Cutting the ass on their badge, I just be like, you can't walk right into it. You should have kept it. You should have.
That's hilarious.
That's why I don't argue with folks. I can't afford it. I can afford Twitter Blue, but I can't afford that. You know what I mean?
You'll get ratio.
Right. You will get ratio. Hella ratio.
That is hilarious. So really quick shout out to our new member, Lang.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't feel like I should say your name. I kind of feel like I'm gonna get in trouble. Okay, but shout out to you for becoming a new member. All right, appreciate you. And also check out our Discord. We have a Discord. And then depending on the tier you have secret compartments within the Discord that are just for you, where you can see the run of show early. You could suggest guests. You could choose who gets to be on the show. Okay. So check out your tiers. But I do want to shout out you and thank you so much for becoming a member. On to the next thing. Blumhouse Studios has announced that they're launching a gaming division called Blumhouse Gaming. All right. This was announced a few days ago. And the article was released on Bleeding Cool's website, which I thought was a unique name. But then a lot of people tweeted it. So I was like, okay, I guess it's verified. It's verified information now. They have announced that they're going to be doing it. They have Zach Wood, who is an award-winning games producer. They also have Don Seckler, who used to be at PlayStation. They have, they said that they're going to be doing, mainly or specifically horror-based games. What are your thoughts? Are you excited? We all know Blumhouse does horror. I think all of us know that, you know. Are you like excited to jump on some Blumhouse games? And then, okay, so this is my question. Are you excited? And then which Blumhouse property would you like to see as a video game? I'll say that.
I'm excited.
Wait.
Which
I just looked at, I'm literally looking it up like, who the Blumhouse?
Can I say?
I'm gonna have to double check, but I'm
Okay.
definitely excited.
Okay, I got one.
Blumhouse has, I think Jordan Peele's under them, right? As well.
Yep.
Yes.
Where he was.
Get Out.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that. I could see that.
Get Out. I want to see
I
Get
can
Out.
see that. That's a fun.
How we gonna do a Get Out game? Why
Right,
y'all
how
trying
do
to
we do?
traumatize us?
Well, if you do it,
we traumatized. I'm trying to get the axe or something, nigga.
if you do it where it's like where you can kind of choose your path, so it wouldn't have to follow the full story, but like one of those choose your path type things.
Decision based
type.
That would be kind of scary. Yeah.
Actually, that's interesting because he had said that the ending depended upon whether Obama was going to become president or not. And he changed the ending when Obama became president because he felt like the meaning of the movie would be different because we had a black president. So there was actually a secret ending that we would have gotten if Obama did not win. Yeah, where he was going to die. So it would be interesting if you have the game, you can make choices and you might have, see where you line up. That's cool. I like that.
So you're telling me I'm going to be Obama running my campaign.
Now, wait a minute.
and I can hear Michelle in the background saying, now, why ain't you home with these kids? I know you run that little campaign of yours. So I can live the life of Obama and then switch over to my boy.
I'll do the Obama game. Now let's do that.
That'd be lit.
I'm tripping off the fact that fucking Obama, like, was it that long ago? God damn. Like,
was a long time.
Yeah, it was that long ago.
Fuck.
Wait. So,
I feel like some of them, they have some of these games out already.
I would love to do like a choice game of Black Phone because that movie was great for me.
Yes.
So,
oh my goodness.
That
like,
what is your choice?
Yes.
Too? I feel like that would be super fun.
That would be, oh goodness.
Black Phone was probably one of my favorite scary movies that I've seen in a really long time. So
and Split
doesn't
was
the Purge
good
have
a
Split was good.
Okay, Jesus,
doesn't the Purge have a game out already?
It was good too.
They probably do, but they need a better one.
Yeah, for sure, they need a better one.
Because that would be a good game.
That'd be great.
Actually,
now,
go ahead.
Yeah. I think with Blumhouse's like IP, all the games they could make would be very exciting. I don't really do scary like that, but I love scary movies.
I know they terrify me.
I could work my way up to it. And
but is that their plan? Is to take the movies and turn them again, or they want to do this?
I don't think that they have said. Let me see what they've said so far. They said for some time we've been looking to build a team to start accessing the growth opportunity in interactive media. They just said they want to enter the interactive space.
Interactive. Just say video games, bro. Goddamn.
Right. I know. Right.
Original. No, it's the original stuff. Original horror themed.
Okay.
Okay.
But I wonder if it's going to be like a game, or is it going to be like how like Netflix did, like Bandersnatch? Like we interact with what we're watching. Like,
because they used the word interactive. They
didn't use interactive, and I'm like,
could be VR
games are interactive, but
it could be Bandersnatch.
It could be VR.
That's true.
Yeah,
I struggled with that. I was like, why am I repeating the same scenes over and over?
I've had enough.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Hilarious. Paranormal Activity would be a good game.
Oh God,
is that Blumhouse?
It would be.
That'd be like Phasmophobia, but better. Personally, I feel it'd be polished.
It'd be more narrative. I think,
exactly. And I love that. And they could do like different scenarios.
Could you imagine that with VR too, though? Like narrative kind of.
You're right.
I could definitely see them either building off IP or even starting their own IP, like you said, with more narrative. And I think that could build a better like world that they can pull more ideas from. They can almost create like a Blumhouse universe or lack of a better word. You know what I mean?
Like, you know what I'm saying? I like that. I
agree. Let me list off like 5 of these. Oh, please, question first.
What do y'all think? Like, well, I guess this is kind of like a hypothetical, but I kind of want to know what y'all think. But like this Blumhouse like game production with like puppet combo.
Oh my God. Me now.
Oh God.
It'd be
He
too good.
said,
would
"Kill me
never.
now."
It would be too. I couldn't finish a puppet
That
combo game.
combination.
I haven't
Come on.
started a
Puppet-
puppet combo game. I was
the
like,
puppet
please,
I did
combo
beat the
is-
please
nun.
do not
Combo is-
email me
Beat the
because I
nun.
don't want to have to.
What did Jazzy say?
I was that is the first game that I played like live, like as a puppet combo game, and I did not finish it because I was
Which game?
raging. I was like, there's no way that I can get away from this killer. Like, there's just no way. Like, I was just
Which
sitting there. I
game?
would be what is it? Geez, I forgot the name of it.
No, do the
Is it the one
characters.
where you got kidnapped and then there's like
Yeah, I got
VHS?
kidnapped. Yeah, I got kidnapped. I was like,
You
in the
talking about
store.
Murder House?
Yes, yes.
Oh my
And I
God, that's
went
the
in there
one.
and I was running from that thing so many times. Like I couldn't see. It was just a lot. It felt like he was
No.
like the Flash.
Puppet-
Like anywhere I ran in that house, he was on me. Like
Puppet combo is not the one to do live.
Yeah, so I was like, I
It's
can't.
not.
I cannot, bro. I was just like,
I did
can't
the
do
nun
this.
live. I did have to pause for a second. And my chat was like, "Oh, but you know, Corey Kenshin did it. I mean, he had to do another game, but he did it." I was like, Corey Kenshin wasn't live. And he wasn't live.
I
Like,
don't think that some
it
people
probably took him
realize that
13
these-
hours.
Yes, I don't think that they realize that these videos that go up like are they're
Edited.
Like
it's from like a
when
long
we're
time
playing it
cut down.
live, like you're messing up. You're gonna die a million times. And I don't think
Right.
people realize that. And they'd be like, oh, this person finished it in 10 minutes. No, 10 minutes edited. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
For an hour and a half.
correct.
Right.
Yeah.
The
Entire
audacity.
sections cut
I was
out.
gonna say the caucasity, but it might be just audacity.
No,
Anybody
yeah.
can
Let
do it.
me remind. Thank you for saying that, because I streamed before I did any videos, and I'm like, y'all about to watch me mess up at least 20 times.
Hello?
on this
At
game before
least.
you.
Okay.
So I need you to buckle up and sit back and watch.
Buckle up.
But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm so impressed that Murder House was your. That
Oh
was
wait,
the
I don't think
first.
it was Murder. They're right. Chat was like, yeah, it's Deadly Night.
Deadly-
not
Deadly
Murder
Night.
House. Deadly
I
Night.
played
That's
Murder
what it
House.
was.
So you were running from another thing that because you get kidnapped in Murder House.
Because I got kidnapped
Right.
and brought to his house, and I was trying to run from him, and he
Oh,
kept
Jesus
catching me.
Christ.
So
That was the first like game series that I really screamed on like live. Like I scream, but I really
I scream on the
scream.
regular.
Wait,
No,
which
like-
game was it?
This was Murder House, the one with the rabbit
It's just
and the
like,
sickle.
Yeah.
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 Yo,
That just
you're
narrow
walking-
game
You're
for me.
walking through this like little area, and I just turn around and he's there. It was so quiet,
mhm.
and my gut fell out like of my ass. Just to be real. And yes.
Well, wait a
yo.
minute.
So like if
Did
you're
y'all play
looking
the
at
nun?
no, that was the last puppet combo game I played. All right. I did not do it
The
anymore.
first and the last?
That was first and the last. I don't like hurting myself.
I haven't started, and there's a reason. Okay.
There you
Okay.
go.
I know my strengths.
But
all right?
but to try to
Yeah.
keep it on some form of task, 'cause we could talk about that all day. They're doing the Five Nights at Freddy's film, Blumhouse.
Mm.
Like
is
that's
that
the thing.
still happening? Because I know
Yes.
it's been a long time they've been talking about that for
Yeah,
a long
but they're
time.
doing it. They're doing it, and Shaggy's in it. I think.
Shaggy?
Yeah, the actor for Shaggy.
Oh, I thought I'm like,
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
here
The
go another
live action.
crossover. I was about
Yeah,
to say this, I'm like,
not
all
the
right.
Shaggy, but like yeah, chat's laughing.
It's like
at
they're
me.
combining
It did.
universes now.
I'm like, I'm sick.
Okay.
But
You're like,
immediately, right away, the games I can see: Megan, Insidious, Halloween.
I can see it, Meg.
Halloween, like
I would like to see
absolutely
Insidious. Insidious as a game would
be
be.
terrifying.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you got Truth or Dare. I mean, it already just seems like a game type game. I don't know how you do Split. It'd be like an escape room. Are we playing Anya Taylor-Joy?
Oh, that would be kind
or-
of cool.
Yeah, trying to. But then that's kind of short, huh? Or are we playing him? Like, what do we do there? That one I want to
Oh.
see. I want to.
I think it'll be interesting trying to like see like how you as a character would like navigate the different personalities. Like, okay, like
Personalities.
now you got to like figure out like which one you're dealing with, and like if you say the wrong thing, like maybe like a certain dialogue to this one character
Mhm.
may not work for somebody
Makes
else. So
sense.
if you
Yeah,
say
I
like
like
one
that.
thing to one personality,
Yeah.
they might react differently and try to like
decision-based.
go
Yeah,
after you
decision-based.
versus like another
Right.
one wouldn't do that. Like, you know, maybe.
We're playing
But I
my
feel
game.
like they can't make, even though I agree with that for this particular one, but they can't
Mhm.
make them all decision based. I mean, unless that's the direction they want to go.
It would have.
Yeah.
I
to
know
be
that's
like
always
an
said.
aspect.
That's always said.
I think that'd be an
Split,
aspect,
though, I
and
think
then
that
they'd
would work for that one though.
because there's 3
Right.
villains in Split, correct?
Mm.
So we
I
could do the
remember the
whole.
monster guy.
You do the whole thing, or at least it builds up to 3 villains in the whole, like those 2 movies. Were there 2 movies or 3 in the new?
Oh, you're thinking of the other one, Mr.
It was
Glass.
3 in the whole
Yes.
series.
And
Yeah. So it's
Unbreakable.
Invincible, Split, and then Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass.
Yes.
If you're doing the whole
Because
series.
Invincible
but they
was
would
much
be able
older.
to do.
Yeah,
They could build upon
Mhm.
that. I see what you're saying.
that'd be cool.
They could do. Yeah, they could. So really quick, diving into and sorry about the news about Bruce Willis being diagnosed with dementia. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
When was this?
yeah.
That was
Recent.
old.
A while back.
Recent. Yeah.
Was it a while back or recent?
Really?
I thought it was a while back.
I thought it was a while
I
back.
think it was a while back.
Well, the news. I saw the news like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a week.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe I
few
think
ago.
it's a
I saw
development
that
because I
for
remember them
Rattles.
talking about it on Instagram. I be on it sometimes. Okay, but I'll fact check for next week. But yeah, it does suck. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Maybe.
Oh, it's Unbreakable. Sorry, not Invincible.
I was gonna
Unbreakable.
say something, but I was like, let me.
No,
just-
say correct this.
Fair
Correct this.
game.
Correct
Gigi.
us, so we don't be looking stupid.
I was like, Mr.
Invincible,
Right?
a whole another situation.
No, Unbreakable.
But this is power,
Unbreakable.
though.
Chat.
That's his
Thank you,
power,
chat.
but yeah.
I was like, is that copyright? Because I mean, they made Invincible the comic. The comic
are
Aren't
you
you
show.
all
all thinking it? We're like, yeah, Invincible. You guys are like, yeah.
I
Yo,
didn't
something.
I didn't think anything. I was like,
Y'all be
yes.
the ones
Yeah,
that have something in my
right,
teeth
no,
and you don't
wasn't
tell
sure.
me, okay?
Yeah,
I
Y'all be
wasn't
talking
making
loud
sense
and
out of
wrong
both
with.
of us, you know what I'm saying?
Goodness.
Yeah,
All right. So, really quick, shout out to Hypnotic Zant. Lang, for the donation. Hypnotic says, we do death counts for Jazz, keeping her humble. Oh, dear.
Yes, y'all do. You know what? You're right. But that's why I love y'all, because y'all keep me. y'all
She
keep me
said
grounded.
there's love.
You about to count how many minutes I'm about to be disappearing from the stream. That's why I count my death.
Jenny
Oh,
says,
man.
I need Blumhouse to take over FNAF and develop a new FNAF game because Security Breach was not it. I didn't play Security Breach. Did you
I
guys
liked
play
it.
Security Breach? Did you
I
like
liked
it?
it.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
It was
I played it.
clean. I think that's what it needed.
I
Just a
think
plain-
that like people probably didn't like it because it was like the other games were like kind of hard. At least for me, they were kind of hard for me to like complete. Like, but Security Breach was a little easier because it wasn't like it's still scary, but it wasn't like
Y'all want people to suffer.
insane.
Okay.
Hilarious.
For me, I play a lot of scary games, bro, and I can't do it with the long scary games. Like, give me a cinematic, awesome experience, but like in like 4 hours max.
Thank you.
I don't want to spend no more than that in my anxiety is peaking. I'm screaming every second. My heart rate is up. You know what I'm saying? And like y'all said earlier, I'm doing it live, so I'm dying every 20 like all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So let's make them shorter. Let's make them more concise. That's what I felt like with Security Breach. It just dragged on too long. I was like, I don't even want to edit this whole playthrough. I'm good.
Hilarious.
I got it.
I feel
Yeah,
you.
you know what I'm saying?
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
All
Small
right, so
bites.
jumping in really quick, before we go, like it's a quick run through. State of play, all right? Happened. Oh, okay. Hold on. Calm down now. Hold on. Okay.
Who's sleeping on something?
We might have to fight.
Who's sleeping on Bugsnax?
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of
might.
people, I'm not you saying bug snacks. Oh, baby.
Do
no.
not sleep on bug snacks. I'm so, Goofy,
Okay.
you and I are really like bug snacks. Let's go.
Come on, let's
I
go
want.
there.
I haven't played Bug Snacks. I wanted to see somebody play it. I didn't want to actually download the game for myself.
Bug snacks. Yeah, you are what you
Is that
eat,
the
motherfucker.
song? They
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
song?
yeah. That's the song.
Is that the remix?
Yeah.
So the state of play, what came out Thursday, they ran through some VR games. They ran through Street Fighter, like some of the new characters that they have coming up. And then they also did like a Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League from Rocksteady Studios thing. And also a Destiny 2 little trailer thing that we got as well. All right. Did you guys see? Well, I know some of y'all saw it, but did everybody see it? The state of play.
I watched Jazz watching it.
Okay. Okay.
I feel that. I feel that.
I mean, I saw a couple trailers and I was like, I'm glad I didn't watch it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that first half was a snooze fest. Then they brought it up like at the end. But the only thing, like, I was excited for, and I'm still kind of excited for Suicide Squad. The only thing that got me like upset, and they didn't even mention it during the live because they knew they get ate up for this, is the fact that you have to have an online connection, no matter if you're playing online or by yourself. You need to have an online connection at all times to play the game. This is where game companies, the Suicide Squad.
Are you serious?
And this is where game companies are pissing me off. Like when we moved to the digital like things so we could buy games digitally and like own them. Like I was excited for that. Like, yes, I don't have to get physical anymore and I don't have to have like, you know, all these games piled up in my room. Cool. But now it feels like I have to ask permission for something
to play
that
the game.
The licenses.
That's exactly,
and
that's frustrating.
That pisses me off. I'm like, if I bought the game, it doesn't matter if I should have Wi-Fi or not, or internet or not. Let me play my own thing. I bought it. That's like if you have food, right? And you're like, oh, you can't eat it unless you're like in a kitchen. Like you have to be in a kitchen to
subscribe
eat
to
it.
that.
You have to prove that you live at this house, okay? Before you eat that food.
Then what's the purpose for that? Are they cutting costs?
Money.
I don't know.
I really don't know what the benefit.
So maybe that was a PlayStation. Was that this is a PlayStation exclusive? Suicide Squad.
I'm not
is it?
I'm
not sure. What is it called when you can buy stuff in the game?
Yeah, they do have in game.
So that if you're not on the internet, you can't buy stuff. They're not having that.
So I'm confused.
I already bought the game. I already gave you money. Why do you need
They
more?
do that now anyway, though.
So
the DLC stuff.
Remember when remember when Xbox, I think the Xbox One started with that? They said you can't play the game.
They tried. No, you mean they tried it. They tried it. It was like you can't do it. You can't with the Xbox One. That launch was that's a memorable launch for me.
Yeah, and it was really
like,
bad.
You can't. And once the military was like, this isn't right because when we're out overseas, we won't have access. We're not going to have access to internet all the time. And then right after that, the I think he was the CEO. He was like, y'all need to stop crying and whining about it. He got fired. He got fired.
That did happen.
And then, he got fired. And then in comes the new Xbox saver that they have.
Because he's dumb.
Because he is stupid.
Biggest clientele, though. Like, that's some of the biggest,
especially for Xbox and then Call of Duty. Like, yeah. But mind you, when he was saying it, he meant as a whole that everybody was crying about it. He didn't mean them specifically, but because they were crying, they were talking about it, and a lot of people were like, "Not our vets! Don't come for our vets." That guy was
done.
Right.
I hate the CEOs talk about like whining and crying, like that's all we can do. Like how we don't get anything good? We have to whine and cry for a 7-day work week and weekends and a minimum wage. Let me whine and cry some more. God damn it!
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if the CEO didn't actually see their particular like grievances, like these particular vets, and it was just like the collective, and then he got fired off that, and it's like I didn't see that one. Wait, hold up.
It was the collective because it was social media. He was talking about social media and the whining, but because the vets were loud, everybody was backing the vets. So I think that's one of the reasons that he got nixed. But
let me piggyback off of the Suicide Squad discussion real quick because I happened to watch all of the state of play. I didn't even know it was happening that day, but Suicide Squad was at the end and it felt like it was very much like their premiere content. Like they're really trying to put it in your face and just pushing that. And I appreciated that they explained like a lot of like the mechanics and things and all the different, features they were going to have. It did kind of make me mad. They were going to do battle pass stuff. And I knew right then there was microtransactions and game purchases, blah, blah, blah. And they were going to have dedicated service after the game released for, continued community engagement.
That's giving Destiny. It's giving Destiny.
So and I'll compare it with Bungie because I've been playing Destiny and I played Destiny 2. I didn't play Destiny because it looked boring when it launched. But what made me mad with Suicide Squad was like these characters, like King Shark especially, he's supposed to be biting people's heads off. Like he's a shark. And he didn't do any of that. And you didn't even
I said that too.
Yes, I'm like, what is King Shark doing? Just hopping around with his little jetpack. Oh, I'm gonna shoot him with my giant gun, and I might punch him in the face a little bit. I'm like, bite him.
And we also said that we were not used to like him like speaking that much. I was like, oh, he's speaking sentences.
He's saying a lot.
Sure.
Get a snack while you fight.
He's a king. I think it'd have been more fun to make him dumb, but I'm fine with him speaking words. I think that's just an audience choice. But I agree with you. Like there's like humor you could have had there. So like all these different things they missed with these characters. They clearly focused on Harley because Harley was chef's kiss.
They started with her. They started with her.
Yeah, they love.
And then that boomerang guy. I will say this, like when it came to the fighting part of the game, right? Like out of the characters, King Shark is the one I felt that was the most dynamic for me because he has that melee. Because it was kind of like cut and paste, like Harley in the air. And then, okay, the shooting sounds. Did you guys pick up on the shooting sounds? All right. It's a beatbox.
I didn't even hear them.
Like they're in the air.
They're beatboxing the gun sounds.
Rewatch the video. Rewatch the video. It's a beatboxer because they cannot tell me otherwise. Okay, they could be like, "Oh, we engineered it." I'm like, "Nah, I know a beatboxer." It was like,
I know one
like,
wild.
Hello.
Let me keep this part quick. I think they showed the most boring part of the game. I was not entertained by the gameplay for Suicide Squad. I was like, is this what we're doing? Very repetitive. Characters could have been more fleshed out with like their supers and things other than Harley. She was great. And the cutscenes, they clearly spent a lot of time on the cutscenes and the showy part, but hearing that they're going to have you stay online, ridiculous. I'm not buying that game if that's what they're saying. Just to give y'all just like a scope of what the whole thing was. In the start, there were all the VR games. They had some singular Sony-based VR games that were just on Sony. I mean,
which we need some more VR games. PSVR 2 just came out. There was like, which we have it. It's fine, but there was like only a couple of things at the beginning, which was disappointing. But
but then it picked it up with Street Fighter and Resident Evil and some other games as well, including.
So the only game I actually was like, I like that game. It's the Humanity game.
Humanity looked cute. It was weird.
I love stuff like that.
It's weird and creepy.
It's kind of creepy, but I like that. Like
it was good. I like that. That was a great trailer.
I like that.
Let's go puzzle game.
But I liked some of the other games, like Goodbye Volcano High. That's right up my alley. I'm gonna play that for sure on the stream at night.
You know what? I'm gonna be real.
I like those cozy like games. Like Coffee Talk. I'm playing that. I love that. Chia. Okay, she's adorable. She looks like Krista to me, and I want to play little Krista. Okay, as she interacts and stuff.
I'm not good with feelings, Like
I like feelings.
You're real. I'm not. That's it.
And then I'm interested in the before your eyes thing because your eyes control it. And they said that every time you blink, you fast forward in time. And I'm like, what? I have to see how this goes down for sure.
That is actually, they remade that for VR. It's an older game. I played it.
I'm like, I thought I heard.
Yeah. That's an older game.
Okay,
but it is good. And I think it is, if you really want to immerse yourself, it's cute. It's really cute. That's a good VR choice. It makes you cry if you need a warning. You're going to cry.
I like feelings.
I do like crying.
It's a good cry. Yeah.
You're gonna. I mean, when you cry, you do blink a lot. It's kind of those weirdos.
It stares.
That's like, that's weird. That's weird. When some people, I will say this side note, then we'll move on to asking GiGi some questions. But like when you talk to somebody and like they're like either really close or when they say something funny, they're just like watching you laugh. No, don't just stare at me. Like look away sometimes. Like don't stare at me the whole time at the conversation. Avert your eyes, please. Like
she said, look away sometimes.
Eye contact makes you uncomfortable.
The 100% eye contact is uncomfortable. Give me like 70. Give me like 70.
You gotta mix it up. You gotta be like.
Yeah, you gotta let the come in and out. Not the double take. Like, is he laughing? Is he laughing?
Like, damn.
Yeah,
it's like when they stare at you the whole time. I'm just like, can I look away, please?
Can I have my moment, my last moment?
Hello, please.
Okay. Well, one
Too
that
much stimulation.
last thing. Well, one that was Street Fighter 6 and Resident Evil 4 having their gameplay being put out. I love that.
So Leon's blonde now. He dyed his hair between the last one and this one.
He got blonde hair. It's been
Leon a baddie. So
it's been blonde.
Was it in the remake?
It was 1 pixel. You might not have
wasn't
been
it
able
like
to see it.
Brown? Right now, Christine.
It's like a nice blonde, but
it's coming from my Resolute J Cut. Like
it's a dirty blonde.
A dirty
1 pixels back in the day.
It was literally blocks.
Well, I meant like a few years ago.
Came
out a few years ago. Woo! No, all right, forget y'all. Anyways, Leon's blonde now. It ain't dirty. It's clean blonde now. Okay, and I'm interested to play this one. I might. Well, interested is is a little bit harbored because I'm terrified. I'm still scarred from Nemesis, but I will try this game.
They said Kiki had her baby in the chat. Hold up.
She had her baby.
Ooh, baby's popping out.
Kiki had her baby. Hold up.
Oh, congratulations, Kiki!
Like a few months ago,
I
she
like
was saying,
her.
"Baby, it's Kiki Palmer."
She
Hold
chilling.
up.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
so
that's the
nice.
first thing that popped up on here.
Oh, let me go to Twitter.
Yay.
Trending right on Twitter. Let me see. That's
I love
where I get my
every
news.
Big
Refresh.
glasses.
I know, like real quick pause from the show.
Y'all like, hold on, I'm not
babies.
here. Hey, chat. Kiki Palmer,
This
I think
child
had
is
her baby.
Yep, she
I
did.
see it now.
Ooh,
I see it on the
Let me
gram.
see. I'm trying to see.
congratulations.
Oh, the
She's
baby.
so cute. Such a cute little baby.
Oh, girl, she
Oh,
went the way I
oh,
would have
too
gone. Hair up,
sweet.
glasses on.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Yes.
That's real life.
Whatever.
New babydom right there.
Oh my God.
Aw.
She was just doing
Aw.
Aquila and the Bee. What the hell?
Yeah, not a
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. Not
Oh
Aquila.
my goodness.
Going up to God. She was just playing The Sims a few weeks ago. She learned how to
She
stream.
was playing The Sims a couple weeks ago.
Literally.
Oh,
That's funny. All right, so we're gonna take a couple seconds to talk to GiGi. Okay, she is our resident. Every time I feel like a gringa whenever I try to say this. Okay,
You got it, Kristen.
all right,
You got it.
I'm gonna do it. All right, mangaka. Okay, did I do it right? No, wrong. Right, I did it.
Close enough.
I support
She's
you.
like, close
Close
enough.
enough. You're like, there was such a long pause. I was like, did I do it right or not?
As our one of our peeps now vetted into the stream. I'm gonna give it a go.
Okay, go ahead.
Mangaka.
Okay, that was closer.
Closer. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
I've set it
All
up
right,
for
Goofy,
you.
it's your turn. Okay.
I'm set.
Mangaka.
Mangaka.
Ooh, that sounds a little British. Mangaka. I don't.
Yeah, I was channeling my Naruto Ultimate Ninja. I watch a lot of anime, so I was trying to emulate that.
Thank you, KJ. Thank you. Yes. Wow. So you say it now, please. Educate.
Oh wait,
us.
Jazz, hold on, Jazz. Go ahead, Jazz. Jazz, Tracy.
Oh,
Jazz, like, don't sign me up for this.
I'm about to say, don't make me sound stupid. All right, like mangaka.
Girl, no.
I mean, I was gonna say what Chelsea said, but you said close. I was like, all right, let me try
Right,
this
and I
one.
was like, I
was
said the
closer.
farthest.
That was close though.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. You it's your turn now.
Jay, Cutt, it's you.
Oh, Jay, go ahead, Jay.
Is it mangaka? I'm all the way
I
over
like
there on
that
the left.
though.
I know. I was. That's where I was on the.
That was
one
in the
side.
same, same ballpark. Mangaka.
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 Manga.
Okay.
Mangaka.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks, Pat, for
All right.
I
witnessing
love
this.
that.
Appreciate
I know.
it.
Not Juice is saying that sounds like a hard pass for me.
Y'all had nothing to no skin in the game, but I hope you
No,
appreciate
not a
it.
single. We're the ones out here looking all raggedy,
Right.
trying to say this. Okay.
Well, we got questions. I'm excited to hear them. Let's go.
Yes. So GiGi, you did let everybody know that you have created a manga. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead. Pull it up. Plug.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. There you go.
Ooh.
So let's start. Yes. Okay. Clean camera, clean view. I got you. The first question that we have, and shout out to our interns who put the questions together, okay, for us today. The first question I want to ask you is, what inspired you to start writing manga?
I personally just love manga. A lot of people I think people wonder like why I call myself a mangaka as opposed to like a comic artist.
Mhm.
And it's because I got into manga first. Like, you know how like when you're younger, you might have like an uncle or like a dad who's into comics, like DC or Marvel. I didn't have that. So I would just be in the library or like I would be hanging out with my friend and like she kind of like got me into it like super young. And I just started reading manga. So I had always wanted to like do art with narrative, like with stories and like storytelling. And that was the easiest transition for me to make into that.
That's fine.
I actually have the first manga that I've ever read, which was a horror manga, and I was 7 years old when I read this.
7.
I was 7. Are y'all ready? Because I don't know if you were.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's what I was
It's from
waiting on.
It's from Hideshi Hino. It's mad old. It's from like 88 or something like that. But Hideshi
That's
Hino.
the year I was born.
Panorama of Hell.
You read that when you were 7?
When I was 7 years old.
You see him peeling his skin off of over his
the
eye.
eyeballs are popping
Hello?
I like it.
That would have gave
I
me
like
nightmares.
horror stuff.
See?
But you was too young.
Okay.
I was too young.
I'd have had to snatch you up. So were you like the kid that read did you read like late at night? Where did you even get the book from? Who let you have it?
My friend. Okay, so
who do we need to go? CPS.
Right.
All the people.
No, so in second grade, I had a friend. Let me not shout out her name, but I had because we're not friends anymore. We've lost contact.
Oh dear.
I had a friend.
The Michael B. Jordan treatment.
She was trying to set you up with the book.
That clip.
Now wait a minute.
She lived in my area. I used to live in the projects, and she lived in like the projects with me in another building. And we went to the same school, and we just started hanging out. I think we were in the same class, and we just started hanging out. And I would go to her house, and she had an older sister who was like 12 at the time. If we were like 7, she was like 12, and she had all of this like obscure like anime and manga and stuff like that. So the first time I read it was from her. I had borrowed it. This isn't the same copy. That's not that original copy. But I had borrowed it, and I was like, it did scare me. I was too young reading it for sure, because I was like, it was some stuff. It was definitely.
That's why she's not your friend no more.
Hello, right? You took the book and then
set you up.
That's crazy.
Vocal.
What is that you want to pass?
It was elementary school.
She set you on a path. That's fine. I guess you know it.
That's the time to kill.
This is your origin story. So the next question. For the people out there who don't know about your newest manga, Resenter. Yeah, that was your cue. Resenter.
Oh,
full screen.
Yeah. Can you give us a synopsis of what this first, because you said it's chapter 1 that's currently available at the link that's being dropped in the chat. What is this first chapter about? Like a synopsis. Obviously, don't give it all away, but what is the synopsis? Tell us about your book.
Okay, so the synopsis of Resenter is there is a young woman named Jackie who was murdered one night at her job. She works in a hospital. She's murdered one night at her job, and she wakes up in this place called the Death Zone, where, you know, she meets this woman named Rhea, who is a Ripper. And in this world, Rippers are kind of like this world's version of like the Grim Reapers, but they have specific functions. So when Jackie meets Rhea, Rhea gives her an option to transition over, you know, to be either reinstated, because this world kind of works on reincarnation mythology.
Okay.
It's either that or the primary function of Rippers, which is to get revenge for murdered people. So basically to get vengeance on their murderers, to avenge these people. So she offers her that option. And then the third option is to become a Ripper herself.
Oh, you know what that's giving? Hell Girl. That's what I first think.
I didn't realize that until after I got into it, because I never watched Hell Girl, but I heard of it and I was like, okay, this is a scary thing. Like, this is a horror anime, but I never watched it. I checked out the synopsis of it and I was like, it's
not quite that, but it's like in that same domain.
I was supernatural.
Yeah, exactly. I was stuck to that. I gotta ask, like, what? So of this, I know this is just one of them, but what would you consider your genre of manga?
Of stuff that I read, or the stuff that I write?
Stuff that you write. Like, where do you live?
Definitely horror, thrillers, psychological horrors, body horrors, that kind of stuff. I'm definitely in a mix between like Junji Ito and like Death Note, with like a pinch of Berserk, but like not that far over.
Yeah. So would you
it's a lot.
say for like age range? Like, obviously, I'm speaking in like as an American trying to talk in manga terms, but like I don't know the specific terms, but like we say shonen. Obviously,
right.
Shonen, would you be in a shonen, or you be like somewhere in between shonen and seinen, or you know whatever the other version of that is? You know what I'm saying?
I think I would probably. Oh, that's hard because I want to say a josei because like I do
josei
focus on like the emotional like aspects and like more adult stuff. But josei does tend to be a little, from what I've seen, maybe I could be wrong in this, but like from what I've seen, josei tends to be a little bit more grounded in like reality. I haven't seen, and chat recommend it. Like if you know any like josei that has like any sort of supernatural horror stuff elements going on or in that realm, I haven't seen that. So because of that, I would probably call it a seinen, even though I don't really quite think it's there. But I would say a healthy mix of the two.
Why wouldn't you say why wouldn't you say you don't think it's there when you say seinen?
Seinen tends to be,
for those who don't know, seinen is like targeted towards older males or older males usually. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
So like
thanks, because I'm those who don't
Listen,
know.
I was like,
I'm like,
when you were saying shonen, I think young boys, and then shoujo's young girls, and then when you said seinen, I was like, okay, that's probably more me.
So wait, that's what shonen is? I thought shonen meant like a journey based
it's for
anime
young
or
boys.
story.
You can have journey based stories in seinen too, and in josei, which is for older women.
Yeah.
Oh, so those are the age ranges. I thought that was like a type, because like isekai is a type. That's not like a age range.
Yeah.
So I thought shonen was a type. I'm learning. Okay, we learn it together. All right.
That's why you brought me on, Christine. I got you. You know what I'm saying? No, but no, that's actually really interesting. So for those who don't know, seinens are like Attack on Titan, Vinland Saga, Parasite Maximum, Berserk, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Those OGs.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot of shoujos because I don't know if they're. Oh, I guess.
Oh my God, Kaicha wa Maid Sama, and okay, that's maybe not so. But it was mostly romance stuff.
So
yeah. And like Sailor Moon, I think it's considered that as well. You know what I'm saying?
Sailor Moon's shoujo.
Back to the question, you say I was asking, why wouldn't you consider yourself more so seinen?
Seinen.
Or why are you doubtful about it? Because I feel like you're like seinen, but like, like what?
I'm only doubtful because it is targeted at like older males, and like I pride myself on like creating work that has female leads, specifically Black female leads.
Yeah, okay, that's
but that's really not that like older males couldn't. I think, if I'm being honest, I feel like my audience is more male than female, even though I'm writing stuff and creating stuff for females.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, it's not even that like there's an exclusion there. I think that like older males will definitely be interpresenter and be like, ooh, what's happening here?
Yeah.
But that's the only reason why I would
that's fire.
hesitate.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's dope. Yeah.
I learned something today.
And I did too. Seinen, shonen. You said some other things that I don't really remember.
Jojo,
Josei.
Josei. Yeah, when you said Josei, I thought of Jose, so that I'll remember.
That's crazy. That's a crazy statement, Christine.
That was
crazy. That's how I remembered it. That's how I can remember it. Okay. All right. So okay, y'all ain't gonna shame me, all right?
Not at all.
Matter of fact, get the
Not
cancel button.
We learned
I can get my brain together.
Somebody get the cancel button.
Cancel Christine.
I get
I should have started channel. Cancel Christine. Okay. So the last question I do, because you did kind of answer a couple of the other questions among the conversation. The last question I do want to ask you is there a type of a manga genre you would not write about, and why?
Ooh, situation.
I feel you. I get mine together. I say shut the fuck up.
Sorry, he's streaming Overwatch, so I know.
No, you're good. Please continue. What would
Go
you
ahead.
not write about?
Act like you didn't even hear that, Gigi. Just keep on going.
That was a fly on the wall. What was that?
Yeah. What was that?
A genre I would not write about. Oh my gosh. I was gonna say isekai since it was brought up, but I think that's a lie. I could probably do. I could do a.
It's my favorite
genre.
A black isekai would be cool. A black isekai would be cool.
It would be horror though. It would be some type of horror, and I think that would be kind of cool though.
I think that'd be a change because isekai has a trope, right? A guy dies and ends up in another world, and then you have some, slave half animal / woman. Okay, that's scantily dressed. Okay, and then she's now his slave.
That's
typically.
Right, I'm about to say that's Shield Hero right there.
That's Shield Hero.
That is Shield Hero, but there's a couple others that are like that as well. Where they either save them or they pay for them or they free them. You know, it's like, okay, we need something new. Take out the
to give you an idea of what I come from is Overlord, the light novel, and it's terrifying. Like what, happens.
I love Overlord.
Oh my God. I knew it. I just had to say it so we could bond. Thank you.
I love Overlord. They got one of the most fire intros too.
Yes. Thank you.
Man,
and it's a horror one. It's a horror one.
Yeah.
The things that happen are really scary. Like if you mentally like sit back and think about being in that situation, you're like, holy shit, I just died. Like I'm done. It's over. It's good. It's good. But don't mind me. Thank you for answering some of these questions. Do y'all have any other questions?
Actually, I have a question. What for GiGi? What do you one is what is your design art process, and then what programs do you use? Like, are you using Adobe? Adobe things. Are you using Procreate? Like, what are you using for your art in general?
So my process is I am primarily traditional. That is pen and ink. I'm old school. I'm analog.
I ain't seen a pencil in 50 years. I forgot what it looked.
That's crazy.
Oh, for real? Where are they?
How they work?
Analog with it.
I just bought pencils the other day.
That's cool. Traditional, and then do you translate it to digital, or how do you do that?
So you said you use what again? I'm sorry, as your physical medium.
So I use pen and ink. I use
pen and ink. Okay.
Basically pen and paper.
Yeah.
I use manga nibs.
Oh, nice.
That looks like what you used to write a scroll with.
Old school.
All you're missing is a feather.
I'm saying,
I know.
She didn't even like medieval times in that moment.
Right?
Right.
They're a little hard to work with at first, but before you know it.
Yeah, you're a scribe.
That's so you don't hurt your
I noticed the cushion for your fingers. Yeah, I got that.
Because I'll be in there drawing for like hours. And I got the
not
ink.
The squid ink. What's it called?
That's lit.
Yeah. You got the squid ink.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Come on, ink.
Oh, that's nice.
So I use actual like Japanese manga art supplies, and I have actual manga.
She says she's authentic. Okay.
Love that.
Have them come for you and be like, "Oh, because you're black, it's not manga." Well, bitch, look at her.
It's gonna be manga today.
Oh, nice. You use
the way that I've invested in this. Like, no, I don't even pay attention to that kind of stuff.
Oh,
Let me see if I can show y'all something.
Precisely.
Super,
don't even. Yeah.
While you're looking for stuff, I'm just curious. What is? Can you give me 3 of your favorite anime, or not anime? I'm sorry, manga. They could be anime as well.
Yeah, some of them might be favorite.
I give you 3 manga. Straight up.
Yeah, straight up.
I'm gonna say Berserk because it's a masterpiece. Uzumaki from Junji Ito.
Oh, Uzumaki. I have it. I haven't read it, but I have it in my house.
Read it. It's so good.
I'm terrified now, though. I'm not gonna lie.
And then Monster from Naoki Urasawa.
I knew you were gonna say. I was sitting here in my head like Monster.
I haven't read Monster yet.
I'm watching it on Netflix right now, and
read it and watch it.
The way Johan.
Yes. Oh my God. What?
Okay.
Oh my God, you're so cool. I need to work like.
I got
cooler.
Oh wait, so Jay, the programs that I use.
Yes.
I'll use Adobe to edit and like to tone and to do my lettering. And for illustrations. No. So I tone black and white, but for coloring I will use Procreate on the iPad.
Oh, okay, so good. Okay, so you are using Procreate. It's just so much easier than like a Wacom tablet when it comes to
the Wacom tablet is a lot.
Oh, yeah,
that is fire. Do you guys wait? Put her on the big screen. Keep it up. Keep it up. Put her on the big screen. There you go.
That looks so
must be nice to be so fucking talented.
Can you do it of me? Like, can I get one? Can you do it of me, please?
Oh. Okay, first of all, how long does it take you to do something like that?
Like that, yeah.
What's your time frame?
Just give me 5 years and I got you.
She said 5 years.
Time frame.
And it'd still be a lie.
It depends. I can get a page done in about a day. but that's just like the artwork. Like it doesn't
Right.
include the lettering and like the
process.
editing. Yeah.
That was gonna be my next question. Like, I know you do the artwork. Do you do the script, like as far as like the story, or do you have like somebody else that like writes?
No, this
It's
is
just
all
you.
This is all me. Yeah. This is
mhm.
my storyboards for it. So
There we
all
go.
of this
that's
is
so
here.
cool. Wait, hold it
Love
up.
it.
Hold it up. Big screen, big screen. Hello.
Big screen.
Love that.
There you go.
And then
Hey.
I'm already on
my
this.
character.
Love
my
that.
character,
Oh,
Jackie.
please do me. Okay.
Like one
Now,
of my friends.
Draw
my
me.
next- my
you
Yeah, I
know.
was about to say, Christine, clean that up.
Can Black History Month even end before we go
My
anywhere?
next question
Party Chat
was,
podcast. Please do me.
please do me.
Wait, I got one
Please
more
hold
thing.
me.
Oh, one more, please. One
Jen
more.
said, "Clean that up."
Can you phrase that
Oh,
better?
wow. That
Ooh,
looks
look
so
at
good.
her.
Look at the boobs.
Okay, big screen, big
Wow.
screen, big screen. No,
Yes.
that's
So
y'all
this
put it at the
is-
bottom of the stream. Get that off of the screen.
Look at this. It's so clean. It's wonderful.
looks.
Wow.
Okay, they get busy
Damn,
though.
hold on,
Hold
what
on
they
now.
doing?
Hold
Why
on
you
now.
pick- Why you pick that panel? Why you
Hey.
pick that panel? God damn. they
Oh,
over there.
wow. It got a little warm in here.
That's nuts.
What's with the heavy breathing?
I'm gonna be real though, y'all. I don't think those are the fuzzy feelings that she was conveying, in that it looked like she was being taken.
Let's
yeah.
go,
Oh,
Chelsea.
really? Oh.
Let's
I
go,
was like,
Chelsea.
no, this is
Situation.
frightening, actually.
Let's go.
But
Let's
no,
go.
that's
Somebody's
so freaking
observant.
lit. Y'all didn't see the knife. Y'all didn't see the scalpel.
I didn't see it. You got a shotgun gun. I didn't see that
no,
one.
I'm not
You guys
involved.
No, I didn't. I was just like looking at the artwork, and then I was like, "Don't say please do me again" in my mind. That's what was happening over here. Okay.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
right. But I gotta ask: is there a level of artist that you reach where commissions are just not even in your You're like, no, never. I would never do that. Never commission anything. Or have you ever thought about it? I'm not asking for
About-
Christine, but I might be.
Wait. I need you gotta rephrase that. Say that again.
So let me clean that up. Since we would you ever do commissions as an artist, not just as a mangaka or mangaka? Or I forgot how
You
to
said it
pronounce
right the first time.
Thank
see?
you,
Mangaka. Okay.
Mhm.
So, would you ever consider that, or are you just above all that now? Like, are you Hollywood?
No, I take commissions.
You do.
I take commercial commissions.
Look
Hello.
Okay, hello, get that
GiGi.
bag.
Another caliber.
Hello.
Right.
She said it's
Hello.
very much. It's the
What if
regular
we have
debt,
commercial
and
money?
then this commercial.
I
coming.
mean,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't let this bottom headline fool you. I have an LLC too.
Hello?
Hey. Hey.
Thank you so
Hello.
much for answering. my
Listen, I got
love
3
that.
favorite
Hello.
words. 2 of them is excuse and me, and my other favorite word is no.
There you go.
I love
you
that
go.
word.
You really do have to learn the power of no.
That's a delicious word. That
Yeah,
N-O,
It really is.
I'm like, I'm not doing that. Goodbye.
Right.
Shut the whole thing down.
I gotta go.
It's
collect
a
my
strength.
commercial
No,
money real quick.
that's true. It's a strength. It's a
It's
strength
hard.
that
Mhm.
I
I
in this
wasn't
current
always
chapter
there.
of my life, I'm trying to do more of.
I wasn't always
You never
there, but
start there.
Yeah, you
but
can't
you
start
go
and
through
know it's
enough.
hard.
You
Yeah,
go through enough, and it's
you're like,
like,
I don't
You
even
be like,
care
I'm not
anymore.
doing that.
Mhm.
no.
Well, that was our chat with GiGi. I do want us to touch on Last of Us before we go for today, at least, because I do feel like there might not be a lot we have to say about the episode, and that could be just me. But maybe that was spicy. We'll talk about that in a second. But make sure you guys check out GiGi. Her link for her, because she does have a YouTube channel. I don't know if she mentioned it at the front end, at the top end.
Oh no, I didn't.
She,
I do have a YouTube.
She will
And a
mention it
Twitch.
on the back end, though. She will mention it on the back
I've been
end.
posting your
Also,
link.
shout out to GiGi for
million
coming
times.
to the workshops. Okay, there's the workshops I did earlier this month. A lot of awesome people came out, and GiGi was one of them. So shout out. And it's like the more that you learn about it, the more coolness you realize that she has. Especially with
Poise for letting me know, because I didn't even know you were doing that, and then he posted it, and I was like, oh.
Well, I didn't know he posted it. Shout out to Poise for posting it. Appreciate you. And so make sure you guys check her out. Her link for her YouTube channel is down below. The links for her store is being dropped in the chat. On the YouTube, she also has the link to her website where you can see more of her artwork and enjoy her there, and her socials, all that stuff. So make sure you check her out and tell her the podcast sent, so she knows that she was here now. Say the podcast sent me, okay? So she knows where you came from. And then for The Last of Us, okay? Episode 7. There was a little mix up of episode 7 or episode 8 for a second in the Discord, but it's okay. It's cool. Episode 7. What was it? Left Behind, I think was the title of the episode.
That was the title, yeah. And this episode covered the Left Behind DLC. It's also, are we doing spoilers right now?
Well, not yet.
Okay,
so
really quick.
Yeah, you got some stuff. So really quick, say your phrase to sum up the episode and your rating, like X out of 10 fireflies. All right, Jazz, we'll start with you, and then we'll just go down the line.
I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, and I'm gonna say finish him. If you get it,
okay, yeah. Chelsea.
Oh, for me, it was a let me sit on ruminate, like rewatching that. I give it an 8 out of 10 too. And my phrase is My Chemical High School Romance.
It works on many levels, you know.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think, man. I've just been so sad these last couple episodes. It's hard. I mean, it's hard to even think about rating. It's like I'm just crying. Like, hold on, let me think.
Right.
As of now, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10, and I'm gonna say the phrase is flawless victory.
Okay. All right. GiGi?
I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I think my phrase is gonna be just thriller night. Just thriller.
Okay. Jacob?
I'm gonna give it a 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
And I would say we take things for granted and enjoy the little things.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. All right. Me, I would rate it. I'm gonna say a 7.75 out of 10. Yeah, I was definitely gonna have to
get you on your shit. Always got the lowest.
Well, because the Marvel episodes, that's how the Marvel shows. I was like at a 3, and they was at like a 9.
Marvel.
I know, but that's why I said 7.75. All right. So, and my phrase, I gave it some grace. I was gonna say 7, but I was like, let me add that 0.75 in there. My phrasing would be grabbed my gut. All right. And I'll explain more.
Me too.
Yeah. I was just like holding it the whole time.
I change my rating, actually?
Lift it up and just hold it. Okay.
What would you change it to?
I kind of want to change it. I'm with Jay. I think I'm gonna change it to an 8.9. I mean, 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll hear your reasoning soon enough.
Yeah. That was our non-spoiler review. That was a non-spoiler review, and now spoiler. Spoilers. You have been warned. Not warned.
Warned. You got
warned. Yeah, y'all know the words. Words.
Oh, wonderful! So vibrant.
So going into spoilers, Goofy, I'll have you start actually, because you were talking about Left Behind, which is the title of the episode, and then you were mentioning about the DLC.
Yeah, basically they're covering. They overlapped. The Joel, when Joel pretty much is injured, and they have like this, time skip essentially where they're away from Joel, and they overlap the DLC on top. And I thought it was done very masterfully. This is the reason why I gave it a 10 out of 10. The title of the episode was Left Behind, and in the moment that Ellie was about to leave Joel behind, she had to consider it. They take us back to a pivotal moment in her history, where this is a love story, ultimately a romantic love story, and ultimately at the end of that love story, that she finds that her time is going to be cut short with her, who she finds to love. You know what I'm saying? And the words that she says to her, I can't remember them exactly, but it's basically like we fight for every minute of life that we have.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? With each other. Oh, I'm gonna cry. That shit. Like what I took from that was concede nothing. I'm coming for everything there is to have in this life, and I'm gonna take it all just to be with the person I love, and then to have it close back on the end, right where she makes a decision, and she goes upstairs, grabs the stitches them back together. I thought it was fucking masterful, and that's the way I want my story. So I want to see why people make the decisions that they make, and I thought it was a very masterful way to overlap them in that way. So sorry if I went too far with it. But
no, it's like I think you kind of hit on my reasoning for my rating.
Yeah,
because I do feel like this show has brought you to your knees emotionally with every episode, right? Except for this one. I do feel like I understood what they wanted. I felt like they didn't emotionally take me there, especially like I was bracing the whole time, right? I was bracing the whole time. But when he does pop out, it's kind of like a slow, like, I'm here, you know? And then when the bites happen, she had a little tiny bite on her hand. It looked kind of like, you know, when somebody draws a face and they go like this, you know, that's what it kind of made me think of. So I do feel like they had the opportunity to really go there and really make me be like, oh my goodness, by it being something more gnarly or more like emotional, bring me there more emotionally. And then also I will say that I didn't feel like they had the chemistry that spelt romance or even best friends for like it wasn't until like I didn't feel that chemistry at first. I thought they just were cool with each other, but when they kept saying, it was one of those things, you know, somebody that keeps having to tell you they're your best friend but you don't see no actions. That's kind of what this felt like. It's like you keep saying,
like
she's like, I've had her.
I'm gonna say I can feel that like
changed.
everybody's perception of romance is very different. I think as someone like me who definitely was sheltered, I'd say, and I was like, you know how you try to send signals with your mind and you kind of get like lost in that kind of romantic idea of what, you know, a relationship could be. I know I used to think about just the really simple things like, oh yeah, let me check my hair, you know, I'm just trying to be cute for them, or like, oh yeah, let's, like, these little 4 or 5 wonders of the world. Like, what friend just does that? Like, has it planned out?
Another date.
Cute little date. Like the moment she's like, yeah, I have it all, I got a plan. Even Ellie was like, oh, you have a plan? Like, you have stuff you want us to do? Like, it screamed high school kiddie mall date, but just in the apocalypse.
So I feel like the action did, but their interaction didn't feel like, whenever they spoke to each other, I didn't feel like they were like best friends.
I feel like
she would fight for her.
Yeah, I feel like we would have like gotten more of a connection about like how important they were to each other.
Yes.
Like, if they showed them like at the facility together, because like they were there, and like when he showed her Ellie at the facility, and she was just there, and like then the bully came, you know, she was like, oh well, your friend's not here or whatever like that. But like I would have loved to show how she was in the facility and showing like her hatred towards, like, you know, Fedra and stuff like that, and what led her to leave rather than just her being gone. And we gotta like just
so let me pose this.
Like, you
let me pose this so we can, you know, frame the argument the discussion this way. So the game basically does what the show did.
Yeah.
You don't see her until she comes back. So what does the game do differently to you that brings that romance that the show did, that the episode didn't?
I feel like it's mainly because like in a game, like with any game, like it feels like you're in it. Like when you're playing it,
so the
like
immersion.
You're like, you're more immersed in it versus like when I'm watching something, like I need you to actually show me everything versus like when I'm in the game, I actually feel like I'm doing something. So that way I'm more connected to it. So I think that's what
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you felt more connected to Ellie and my girl and Riley in the game, but what was that more like? Oh, because they got each other's backs, they're more familiar and joking.
And it's like when they're fighting the you know,
and it's probably a longer experience, right? Because I didn't play that far. Because the last episode is as far as I played in the game, so everything past this I haven't seen. So when you get to when you get to like when you're playing the game, that's one of the things I remember. The episode 2, I was like, when I played that game, that episode took a lot longer for me than they did when they were showing it. So I can understand that when you're playing it, you're there longer, you're in it longer. Whereas for me, since I didn't know that this was even seen in, you know, as the game part, I was like, okay, I wish they brought me there. I wish that they had.
Yeah, I'm not arguing your rating at all. I'm saying like, oh yeah, you know, we can run a game for like 3-4 hours. It'll keep going. They had like, you know, an hour to get that, like, what was it, 45 minutes to nail that down. And 55. I would say it wasn't the actors. I'm not saying y'all said that. I would say it definitely wasn't the actors, because I saw like the little nods of like them being
the acting I think was
the acting was immaculate. I would say to get that across,
so I'm with
the writing to improve.
I'm gonna say it was a little bit of the acting as well.
Oh,
I'm gonna say
a
it was a little bit of the
stiff.
acting
Going all
as
the way
well.
there.
It was
Yeah.
a little stiff. It was
I
kind
would
of
say,
giving
yeah.
stiff to me.
I would say yes. It was giving stiff. There was stiffness
a
at
little
moments
stiff.
because I would say like there were certain cues that he did. Like when she fixed her hair, I was like, that was cute, right? But
That was
their
cute.
relationship, that's why I say their interaction with each other didn't feel like when they had conversational moments between each other, not the actions of, okay, let's dance or okay, let's kiss or okay, let's, plan this date. But whenever they spoke to each other, when she first came in the room, I was like, oh, she doesn't know this chick because the way that they talked to each other didn't really give chemistry. I didn't feel like they had chemistry.
I feel like the actresses probably like just met that day and they had to start filming. And like I kind of felt that. And it's like so
okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what Bella Ramsey is in. The girl that plays Ellie. I don't know what she's in. But
Game
I've
of
seen
Thrones.
Storm
Game of
Reed.
Thrones. Mm-hmm.
She was a
hard built little girl running her own little
King
kingdom.
of the North. She's the one I named the name that is Stark. Jon Snow, and that's the whole thing. She was fire in Game of Thrones.
I ain't watched Game of Thrones, so that's why I ain't know her. But I know Storm Reed. And I know Storm Reed can act, but it wasn't quite doing it for me. Like the scene at the the Victoria's Secret thing where she's like, "Ooh, I was imagining you wearing that." Like that to me was cute. That was funny.
Yeah.
But then like some of the other, I don't know. It just felt a little stiff. It felt like they just met that day and they had to start.
If they said that that's what happened, then I can completely see that. That's
right.
That's
I got emotional at a completely different time, and it was more probably my brain just going further than it needed to be. Like for me, the part that I felt was more touching, and it wasn't even something that it wasn't a focus of the thing, but it was just in it, was just like the main, I don't know nobody's name in anything I ever watched, but the main girl,
Ellie.
You got it.
I got it 1,000 times. I still don't know anybody's names.
No, I don't. I'm bad with names.
But she, her excitement of seeing the mall, to me was just like, we really take things for granted. Like, she's never seen a mall.
Over them escalator steps.
Escalator thing. I remember being a kid going on my first escalator.
I hated the escalator. I was like, that motherfucker.
You know what I mean? Like she was so excited about it. You know what I mean?
She was.
Like, but we take it for granted because we
100%.
We see it all the time.
And
when I really thought about it, I was like, malls are new. Like they're old to us because it's been our whole lives. We've always seen malls. But if you look at the grand history of like life, we just made malls yesterday. Like, so like, they're still fascinating to have a place where all these things you can shop and do things. So I just felt it like, oh, that's so cool that she gets to experience these little moments that we take for granted because we can just do it.
And the carousel,
the carousel, and then the Mortal Kombat moment was really dope.
Like, personified.
Yes,
but they were sleeping. Because the issue I had, I don't like. Okay, I understand kids are a little negligent and a little lazy and a little stupid sometimes, but you are a different type of kid. Y'all,
you
cannot play video games so focused on that and not know that you're in danger, girl.
Right.
You are in danger.
That is why I took
all the time
off of this episode, because me and Dwayne was watching it. And when we it was really cute, like seeing the arcade and like seeing like the little horror like store and like things screaming and everything. And I was like, girl, I was sitting there. Man,
y'all sitting here playing Mortal Kombat about to get finished.
I was like, y'all have bet. I was like, this girl had better check
yelling loud as hell as if there's no clip.
The vents. She better check the ceiling. She better check
everything.
Y'all not letting these kids
breathe.
Okay.
Y'all
not letting them be. They can't
be
romantically.
You can't letting them breathe.
Okay. Be romantically.
No, you can't be kids 20 years later. No.
Have you ever ran from a zombie before in your life?
But that's not
point. Drink and die. Like you just want to lay back, drink something, and go.
No. How they was talking about not just dying, not just quitting.
My thing is,
have fun. Let them clock out.
You can have fun.
You can have
with your eyeballs on the back of your head.
Yeah.
Hello.
Right.
Have fun looking
like this.
Riley had a whole base in the kitchen. How you didn't check the perimeter?
You didn't prepare anything.
That's one thing.
You didn't
check.
No. we can also be upset with the Fireflies because they gave her
exactly
that
what I was gonna say. Yeah,
I just thought about it as I'm thinking. I'm like, you know what? They made it seem like that area was clear for her.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I guess if an adult says this area is clear, you're gonna say
exactly. She didn't even have a reason to
all right, I'll give her that a little bit.
She was safe.
Okay, for checking the perimeter, I'll give her that. Girl. But being aware while playing the game, I feel like y'all was way too loud for a world that got zombies.
They were safe. They got it vetted by their kids. They're kids, y'all. Like, yes, you can train these kids up to a certain point, but nobody's prepared for a clicker invasion. You're not.
No,
accidents happen even when you are prepared.
That's why we should burn all mushrooms. That's what
I'm saying. I am not. Let me. No.
These girls.
I have to fight against you because here's the thing. Let's go back to the the True Blood. My True Blood black lady. What's her name? Where the commune where they was.
She's from True Blood. Yeah.
But the whole little.
Tommy's baby mama. Tommy's baby mama.
Oh right, her.
So they're beautiful. Maria? They got a beautiful setup. They got trees. Snow. It's a beautiful. They should be teaching the kids, even though we safe, you in danger.
They do.
You know what I mean?
They teach them how to fight. They train them. They do that, but still, like I just don't think y'all are giving the kids the grace.
You can't put your guard down.
But you do. I mean, you are going to.
Yeah,
that is true.
I'm saying that
that's what it means to be human. You know what I mean?
You could want to have fun, but in order for us to have fun, let's make sure that we're safe.
That we are alive.
You know what?
Then we have fun.
I don't want to hear this because until we go through an apocalypse ourselves, we can't woulda, coulda, shoulda. People who are going through it.
I'm sorry. If we go through an apocalypse, I'm not gonna have the 40 and the Glock in the same. Like, I'm not doing that.
We are prepared.
No, yeah, they was drinking bourbon.
That's
that's impressive because I'm not.
Thank you.
I got a face shield.
It's not even apocalypse time, and I'm still not doing that.
Listen, depending on where we live, maybe some of us did grow up in apocalypse. Okay, we're hyper vigilant. All right,
I don't think anyone's.
It's that sad laugh, Goofy Wise. It's that sad laugh. Okay,
it's prepared for clicker apocalypse.
It's called hyper vigilance.
I just feel like you would be, but okay. Let me give them a little bit more benefit of the doubt, a little bit more, because if you, I guess this, though they also didn't see what their parents saw. Because I'm sure an adult, like the adults, would never be able to let their guard down because they saw the outbreak and they see where it is now, and they survived for 20 years. If you're born into this new world of not never seeing it, I guess you would have a little bit lackadaisical. Yeah. But I need people to teach these people.
But I guess I'm seeing it from like the lens, like, okay, like yes, like it'll be a shock for us. Like we'll never put our guard down because we see like how life was before, and then
you will never be able to.
But like I would think that like if you were born into it, this is all that you know. This is all that you have experienced.
And they're seeing people hang in the streets
24/7, and you see what it's doing to people all the time. That you would already have it in your mind that I need to be careful.
Be on guard. That's
One thing I'll say is though, I don't think most kids that are in the QZ have experienced a clicker. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Even Ellie had she had
at that time. She had
this is her first experience with loss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I don't think most kids, and granted, I don't think Fedra is also doing a very good job training these kids. You know what I'm saying?
Adults are failing.
Clearly not.
The adults are failing too.
This is a garden shit. That's
happening to our kids.
This is a failing, government. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah.
That's a fail. Get off them kids. Get off
to be honest, though,
but I will say,
okay, we don't need a clicker in order for these kids to understand that like there is still danger.
GiGi, thank you.
Because Fedra is still out here. They call Fedra fascists. You've seen what Fedra was doing.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Okay,
by Fedra, they've seen like how they get down. There's no way in the world you're telling me that like I'm sorry, Chelsea. I feel you.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I wanna
because I see both sides.
Talk your talk.
I feel it.
You got
but
it.
I'm with Jazzy. Where like we could do both. We could
do both.
We can do the and then do one.
Because it's always going to be a double. It's going to be a double back. I'm gonna be playing like this, like just in case.
I'm saying, like even us right now, like as me, like right now, like I'm like my parents have taught me to be like wary of like
aware
even as a kid, like even as a kid. So if I like with the stranger danger, like you don't talk
when I get out the car at night, like my eyes, my peripheral is like this.
Everywhere.
My periphery.
Okay, let's take that example. Take that example. Take that example.
Wait.
You got your eyes peeled.
Goofy Wise has been trying to say something. Go ahead, Goofy. Go ahead, Goofy.
Okay, I just want to say I love your energy right now. This is lit. But second, I did have a thought as well. Like, why the fuck they got all these lights on and Fedra don't see this shit? Come on, bro.
That was a little weird too.
For real. But
It's like a whole mall. The whole mall is open.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But secondly, like, I can understand where y'all coming from, and I do think that, like, I mean, I was like, come on, bro, they really this, gullible. But at the same time, I think back to when I was a kid, and granted, even though I grew up, in pretty precarious situations, I'm sure like some of you guys may have as well.
Precarious,
but like,
we weren't say precarious back then. I know that.
You introduce these kids into situations where they basically on a date, you know what I'm saying? There's way more things I'm thinking about at that point in time.
Okay, well, I think it's just one thing you're thinking about. You just think about one thing at that time. Okay.
No, it could be like I'm awkward, I'm nervous, you know what I'm saying? There's like a lot of different emotions going on, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, my heart beating, you know what I'm saying? So I think it was a little bit of that as well. And I think, they fucked up. They should have done better, but they didn't because they
But I will say,
right,
her reaction when she got bit was the best reaction I've ever seen of someone.
Yes.
Yeah,
realizing they got bit in the movie. When she was like, no, like that reaction of like,
yes,
that
reaction was
that was like that's the real reaction.
It was like jokes on me. I was like, nah, that wasn't a good reaction.
That was a good.
I got it in Ellie.
But that's the thing that kills me.
Yes,
that's the thing that kills me because it's not that they can't act, but it's like some of the interactions were like it just wasn't it. It was.
I felt like it was a little off.
It was comparing
where though? Where? Because I noticed I felt the same way too. But I almost felt like as the episode progressed, they got better. You know what I'm saying? Almost to mirror that like awkward teenness.
That last scene.
That's what I felt like. You know what I mean?
When they were leaning up against that glass and they was talking and holding each other. That scene was better. But what I felt, I did play the DLC, and that was the last thing of the game that I played, so I remember that pretty clear.
Yes,
it felt very by the book of the game. Like we all know that in video games, like sometimes when some of those cutscenes happen, they're a little stiff because they're not actual real people, and like it takes so much time to actually animate something fluid in a cutscene. So sometimes it can be a little wooden, and I feel like that was kind of how it. Maybe they took it a little too literally. Like in the photo,
it was like, be the game.
She said, "Be the game." They said, "We gonna be the game."
Yeah, they were just like. It was, in the photo booth scene or whatever. It was cute. I'm with Chelsea. Was cute, but it did feel a little stiff. It felt
a little off.
What are we doing?
And then, like, there was like not even just awkward. There was a moment in my reaction because I reacted to it right before the stream. I was like, is it because they're drunk? Like something feels off. Go ahead, Chelsea. Go ahead.
No, Jazz, you got something to say before I say something?
Oh no, I'm just laughing because I'm just looking at
Chelsea. Who's on the list before she goes on?
Chelsea is not happy right now.
I ain't got no.
I need
y'all cut throat. I can't breathe and y'all can't.
You're gonna arrest these two.
You gonna survive though. You gonna survive
though.
You gonna be
You gonna be alive.
We were uptight. Remember Kathleen? Remember Kathleen with her tied up self? She died. I know
she was stupid.
Her name was Karen.
She was blinded by
her name was Karen.
By rage and revenge.
There was a whole horde of them things.
Her name was Karen.
And she's like, let me pull out my gun.
I'm gonna say the example y'all pulled up with keeping your eyes peeled. You know how you get out of your car and you got your eyes in the back of your head.
Back of my head.
That doesn't mean that you can predict somebody coming out.
No,
with an
that's
AK-47.
Okay.
You can't.
Those are two different things.
Happen. That's not
right.
That's
two different things.
And you can have as much.
He's not out playing a video game as he's loudly as he's getting out the car.
That's what I'm saying. Listen,
he's bumping his music though.
But you might be bumping your music because you were just having a good night. You're like,
no. As soon as I come on the block, music needs to turn down. I'm aware.
But
I'm aware.
You don't.
And you got your
and I know you can't argue this. There are some times in your life where you are not always on point.
No, I'm not saying that. But
have you had an accident? Have you had an accident in your life at any point in time? Have you been in a point where you're like, oops?
Oh my gosh.
Spit.
Right now.
I
tomato
will say,
cherries, right, bro?
No.
Oh my
right.
God.
I will
just
say,
feel
listen,
like
the thing is, we have
the circumstance you living in is different.
Yeah, we have a little bit of affordability to be a little less aware that they do not have. They have less of affordability. No, yeah, people die every day, but we don't have this impending global zombie apocalypse, right? Where the mushrooms are taking over. In that very specific instance, they do not have the affordability to sit there, play the game the whole time, backs, not even closing doors. Why didn't they pull the gates down? Pull the gates down,
Like
right? And play the
something,
game.
like-
I gotta say,
Something.
y'all, when it came to I feel like that's a bad example because it came to the epidemic, the pandemic, and look how we were popping off.
But that's okay.
Well, I mean, we
I was about to bring that
I
up.
don't think that adds up. I don't.
But see,
I think people
advocate.
See, this is my thing with just like saying like they could do both, right? Like I keep coming back to it is because like this is not Ellie's fault because like I understand like Ellie is caught up like in like the whole like you planned.
Let me
this,
fix my
so
hair.
Cool. I've never.
Yeah.
Oh, this is her fault. She got set up to die.
She's not thinking of like
She did get set
there
up.
could be like
Jay,
danger
stop
here.
it.
But the
And
thing
she-
is that Riley was there planning stuff out, so you've been here for a long time.
I trust you as my friend.
3 weeks.
Well,
3 weeks.
The adults
You
failed
were
her.
there.
3
for
weeks.
I'm sorry, she's not off the
older
hook
than
either.
her.
You
3
were
weeks.
sleeping
Not
there,
off the hook
not
either.
even just for Ellie, just for your own safety. Like you're like, I'm here for a
Facts.
while alone. Maybe
3 weeks.
I should look around.
She had a bed and
expect a
everything.
teenager- You can't
Making
expect
bombs
a
for 3 weeks.
teenager who's never seen a mall
Right.
But she's making
before,
bombs.
who's
But
never
that's-
seen a
I'm saying
mall.
Ellie
She didn't
right.
make the bombs.
Riley's
didn't make
been
the
there.
She's
bombs.
watching the bombs. She just watching
the
them.
bombs.
Ellie, I'm sorry, Jazzy. Ellie's not off the hook either for me.
did.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm saying
I
that
hear
she has
you.
more reason to just like be like, oh my gosh, shock factor. But like Riley been there.
Y'all just wanna
like,
From the mall. I get what you're
If
saying.
you
You're
take
saying
me
her,
to a new place,
in her eyes.
I want to play
if
devil's
you take
advocate.
me to a new place,
What's the point of living if we can't
the
live?
way my guard is so up,
Why can't we live if I gotta sit in my damn QC all day?
Look, we are in an apocalypse situation.
we ain't living. We surviving.
You're both. You have to sneak
We
out
don't
to
gotta
have the
survive.
life
I'm
of
sorry.
the
Where?
I'm
Can I
sorry.
say something? Can I say something?
I want to
Go
play
ahead,
devil's
go ahead.
advocate.
Go,
Okay,
Goofy.
go Goofy and then Gigi. Goofy and
I
then
just want to say
Gigi.
something. I agree with y'all that that there is like they're in the apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? But we talking about kids who grew up in the QZ. You know what I'm saying? And also there is like a level of the human condition that we will grow used to pretty much any set of danger
That's true.
after a certain while.
true.
There's people who live right next to fucking. I mean, we live right next to highways. Sometimes our highways are fucking. You know, with cars that are basically fucking missiles if they get a little bit of ignition. You know what I'm saying? There's people
But
in the
you're not in a
Amazon.
safe area.
The QZ is safe technically. They grew up. They don't know the outside.
When
world.
they went to that mall, they was not in a safe space.
They thought it was, but
They
I
thought
mean,
it was,
nothing's
though.
safe.
Yeah,
Nothing's
they thought it-
safe.
I'm gonna
Nothing
play
safe.
devil's advocate. I'm gonna
Yeah.
play devil's
Okay.
advocate.
Please do it.
Okay, so you know how like
And then we'll end. Go ahead.
you know how like all the how all the older adults or whatever who are like on social media maybe how there's like a hesitation to sort of like give up your information for like signing up to certain apps and certain things to give up your information.
I'm like that. Yeah. Why you
I'm
need
like
my
that
email?
too because you know what I'm saying. Why you need my phone number?
Let's see.
But
Right.
but a lot of Gen Zers and a lot of like younger people getting on the apps, they don't mind giving that stuff up because they were born into that. So it's like they're not aware of the danger that could come.
Bless you.
Whereas
That's what it means. We can.
whereas people who grew up in a time or like millennials, because I'm a millennial. So like millennials who grew up with the internet, it's like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. This is cool. Why do you need all this information? Hold up. I grew up in a time where you didn't necessarily need this information and I was fine without it. Why do you need it? Whereas now younger people are kind of like, oh, you need that? Okay, cool, whatever. But it's like it's not
Yep.
the connection isn't being made So for that, I'll play devil's advocate on that.
I
And say,
hear that.
okay,
Yeah.
I hear you.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't agree with you
appreciate
talking
y'all's
about
range.
Goofy about being in the QZ and they protected and they didn't know no better.
'Cause you're
No, because
not.
Fedra is really a fascist nation
That
out here.
part.
They're doing some
That's
Yeah.
a different. I wasn't.
They're
And,
doing some
and
fascist
Ellie thought that
stuff.
it was full of
That's
clickers
true.
or infected anyways. That's what Ellie said. She's like, isn't it full of
But they're not
infected?
teaching.
And
Right.
Riley had to say, no, it's not. So she
And-
had
but
that
But
mindset.
there is one in
Right.
here.
But
Yeah.
they're not teaching
On
the
the
kids how
wall,
to fight
too, not
clickers.
hidden. On the wall.
It
Like,
was all of
Exactly.
it. Was hidden. It was in
You're
that
right.
creepy doll shop that no one was gonna go in.
And-
You saw
yeah,
how
that's true. I wasn't
disturbing
going in
that's the
that
there.
first
looked.
place
I
you
wasn't
should have
going
went
in
into
there.
to
Not the
scope out the
kids.
place.
Not the kid. The first thing you learn is to not look for trouble.
That's
See,
crazy. How you in military school
look,
not looking for
see,
trouble, Chelsea?
see,
That's actually the
That
opposite
don't
of what
even
they
make
do.
sense.
I think
That don't
Chelsea
even
said
make
it
no
best,
sense.
though.
Come
I
on.
think Chelsea said it best. They're not training to fight clickers. They are training to fight human beings and
Yes.
and
You
So then
don't
what
need to be
happens when they get
trained.
ransacked? I don't believe that. I
Because
don't
nobody-
believe
You
that.
don't need to be trained.
I don't
Because the
believe that.
QZ's not
I
gonna
don't believe that.
Fedra's not gonna admit that they're not equipped to protect them from clickers.
Bam.
And they're not training people
That's
to
true.
fight clickers unless they're soldiers.
She did say
They
they
were
are
not
training us to kill
soldiers.
fireflies. That's what she
Yeah.
did say.
Yeah,
Ellie
but
But
did
that's
say
my
that.
thing. Like,
They were kids. That's all I
Listen,
want
they
y'all.
the same size. They did not come across no bloaters. They weren't. It wasn't no big 200-pound creature coming at them. It's the same size as a regular human
the
man.
regular daggler.
Fast. Can you fight off
The
a
regular daggler.
mindless
Exactly.
grown man?
Exactly.
He
I
had
would be
little
dead.
armor. He had little
Those
armor.
kids were fighting off something. That thing would have took me out.
You know, the
I
issue
hate
I really
armor
have
on
is
it.
If there's an
have no
apocalypse,
armor.
we
Did you
need to
see how she
protect
hit him with
Chelsea,
that
okay?
knife?
I feel like
No.
in any
I'm gone.
apocalypse.
I
I'm
won't
sorry.
be
I just
here.
feel like in any apocalypse, because this is always my gripe whenever I'm watching these like apocalyptic shows and stuff like that, especially with zombies, like Walking Dead and everything, where it's like, I don't care what faction it is, whether you're Fedra, you're Firefly or whatever like that. Why are we fighting our own team? Like we're humans.
That's
We're
America
humans.
for you.
Why are we
Yeah.
fighting our own
That's
team?
people
We're
in general,
lessening
yeah.
our numbers
They're dumb like
versus
that.
the thing that
We're
we are
dumb.
all trying to not get killed by.
You're
Like,
right.
why do
That's
we not just
humanity.
all kill the things that we're
Mind
worried
you, if
about?
we had
We're just
focused as a
coming
group in
after
the
humans for
if
what?
they focus as a group, just like Walking Dead, if they focus as a group, they could just kill the zombies that
That's
exist.
Can
always
I tell
my
you
gripe.
why?
I'll be like,
Can
they'll
I
be
tell
like,
you the
zombies-
division?
The moment
This is
somebody
why-
steals your
Zombies
food,
is
This is
your
killing
vegetables,
like,
this
it's
is-
a wrap.
This is why zombies have always been used as a political metaphor for
Yeah,
politics and
yeah.
shit like that.
The issue
We could ask that same question about right now. We got global warming right now that's happening right now, and we
Okay.
over here killing each other over the shit. We got real people dying every single day, and it's the same shit. Like, why don't we do anything about it? You know, so we sit here and fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Because there are interests. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to get too much in it. You know what I'm saying? But
Political
there's-
powers, their
there's
countries,
political
their
powers that
money,
want
you know, that's all.
you know what I'm saying? Corporate greed that want to uphold that shit, and they use that to divide the working people. So
I think the thing too is to
Melanated
answer,
versus
to
less
Jazzy, I
melanated.
feel like
exactly, yeah.
for the two, when it comes to zombies, I feel like it kind of starts at a base and then grows. And I think the base is there are some people who want to run, and then some people want to stay and build. And I think that's how it divides. Some people are like, I'm just trying to get out of this, and then some are like, I want to let's build a safe haven and protect this. And I think just with that type of mindset.
Well, I think even expanding on that, you have the
Can
people that
divide
are
you.
like, I want to run this. I want to run that.
But I'm
I
saying no
want
matter
to be
what
the
your
leader.
mindset
That's where the
is,
thing is. Yeah.
I feel like no matter what your mindset is, whether you
They
want to
should-
like lead a group to like have a safe city or whatever, or you want to live on your own and like, just like do your thing and build and cultivate for
Guys are
yourself.
all in the same
Do
mindset.
that. Let's be all on the same
Right.
team and
Right,
still kill the
exactly.
damn zombies. Why can't we
Exactly.
do that?
Right.
You
Yeah,
go do
I
your
mean-
thing
Because
over
the moment
and you go do your
somebody
thing
steal
here.
your vegetables, it's a
Okay.
wrap.
Yeah. Well,
The
Jackson
moment
did
that-
it.
somebody
that's
take your
just
food.
natural consequences. That's it.
But see,
It's
it's-
humanity.
but
It's just humanity.
But
Well,
that's the
Jackson-
same
It goes
thing.
back
did
to
it,
that
though.
game.
Jackson
But
did it in the last episode. They actually managed to pull that off. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Where they share everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
was like,
Yeah.
they even said it. We are communists. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying?
This is a
But-
commune. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we
But
do, yeah.
you're,
No, it's not, babe. That's
but
not what we're
Jazzy, you
doing
asking
here.
for a
'Cause he was in
mindset.
the military. That's why he was in the
Yeah,
military.
Exactly.
yeah.
You
Right
asking for a
there,
mindset that
propaganda.
those are the people that in a disaster movie that are still in the TVs. What you still in the TV for? Where you going?
No, but I'm glad
Ain't
they
no
put that in
electricity.
the show too, because they were like, "Oh yeah, when stuff was going down, they were looting," and she was like, "So they needed Foot Locker shoes, like they needed
Okay, like for
sneakers."
why?
And I felt like for when COVID broke out, and everybody was going for toilet paper. Why the hell are we getting toilet paper instead of food? Like, why the fuck are we doing this?
I still support that though.
I was getting,
I still support them.
We were over here getting canned food. Me and Dwayne was like, "All right, we gotta get stuff just in case shit go down." And everybody, I can't even find fucking toilet paper. Why? Why do y'all have?
If anything, get a fucking bidet, goddammit.
I'm not gonna hold you. I support them.
Listen, the bidet.
How much are you shitting?
Get yourself a bidet.
I support them stealing sneakers. I'm not even gonna lie to you
Well,
right
wait a
now.
minute.
Did y'all see Joe's boot when he was trying to duct tape this? Come on, you gotta.
No, he needed some Jordans.
But they weren't stealing for that reason. It wasn't about survival at all.
They weren't.
No, it wasn't
but
survival.
It was all about fashion.
But
I mean, shit, I need them though. I wear a size 18. You mind how screwed I be not having? I can't find my pair of shoes now in stores, bro.
Feet trying to outrun a clicker? No way, bro.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
Wait, can I say the just a quick note on the visuals of the show?
And then we'll do the Ask the Audience and close out.
Okay, the part when they were dancing on the thing, which was dangerous, but that's another thing. That lighting was really beautiful, like the way they had that set up with the lights coming from the bottom. Like that was a nice like cinematic moment, I think, for the show for sure.
Yeah,
I agree.
Can I say one thing though? I'm sorry, Christine. Is it okay?
No, go ahead.
All right, cool. I know you said run a show. We had 213 new guests. We going extra long with these.
I know. Like
no, but this is what y'all talking about.
Has been real.
I just want to say that I was kind of like I was very set on how the episode 1 went, and then I heard some of your thoughts, and I felt like that's maybe true. And for example, like maybe us seeing Riley at the school. You know what I'm saying?
Beforehand.
Would have been nice. I think that would have been really cool. I think that would have helped a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I think the trade-off there was we spent so much time, like literally that arcade scene was so long. You know what I'm saying?
Too long.
Bro,
too long.
Some could say too long. You know what I'm saying?
Moments
but
it was too long.
And this same kind of conversation happened up when the Avatar movie came out. It was like, why are you showing all this, conjecture, like people just doing whatever? It doesn't move the plot forward. It doesn't, but it's like, sometimes I think that we can just see things for the appreciation of them. You know what I'm saying? Like that moment thickens their characters. You know what I'm saying? It thickens that moment. Yes. We know them in a different way. It doesn't move the plot forward necessarily fast enough, but it's like
that's true.
It's tit for tat. If they had an hour 30 runtime, I think we could have all had what we wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they had a 50-50, so they had to pick. Oh, is it better to have the Riley beforehand, or is it? Are we going to marinate in these moments a little longer so we can really spend time with the arcade scene? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Or what they could have done is to save time, that beginning part where that whole thing with Joel, that interaction with Joel, that could have been the ending of last episode, right?
Yeah, true.
And if you're watching this on HBO Max, it was 55 minutes and they have that like trailer for all their shows thing. Cut that out and use that time.
Right.
Yeah, like I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch that.
On the next episode.
Right. Like you could have done that or speed up the credits enough to get that. Because I do agree, building up and giving us, because those of us who didn't play, because I even asked in my reaction, I didn't know this was DLC. I was like, oh, when is that? Because I knew about the time jump and I had stopped playing there. So that's all I knew. So for me, not having any game experience with the girl to lean on, this is the first time I'm meeting her. I didn't really feel anything for her, except the fact that I'm like, oh, that's Zendaya's little sister, because I know she's in that show Euphoria, which I still haven't watched. I gotta watch that too. But I knew that she was in that, So that's my thing.
My final thing on this is the build up from watching the DLC, which this happened well before any of what happens in the game. Like this is a prequel, basically. I think that is what kind of hit that emotional attachment. And I think that's also why I gave it an 8 out of 10. Because like Goofy said, there just wasn't enough time to flesh out Riley, like to give more, because that's what every episode's been doing, giving more than what we expected. And we just didn't get that with Riley. So
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
GiGi, you said that you were thinking about changing yours. Did you change yours?
Oh, mine was, I went from a 9 out of 10 to an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, that's it. Goofy wise, you staying at your 10 out of 10?
I give it a 9.5.
We're even it out here. We're even it out here.
We got him. Air 5, y'all. Air 5.
Your resignation. I do not accept your resignation.
Let's go. I'll take 10.5.
He's like, let's bring it back a little
I'll
bit.
take 10.5.
I love that though. I love that. I mean, I think that's so fun too because I really love talking about ideas and like I often enjoy just moving my opinions on things after hearing other people speak. Like I ultimately like to mold my ideas with other people. You know what I'm saying? In real time. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the opposite. I'm 8 out of 10, baby.
I think we can all agree. I think we can all agree it could have been a little longer and a little bit more development.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that, right?
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe have them run this a few times before we shot it, because that is giving I'm meeting you for the first time energy for sure.
It is giving. It
Sure.
is giving
For sure. Some of y'all were never awkward in your life. Okay.
Hey,
I definitely was.
Not like
it was giving. It was giving. I DM'd you all the time online for like 6 months, and then we met in person. And it was
you describing me my love life, but like,
oh dear baby,
it was giving you time through my window.
Okay,
what is giving though?
Great conversation. That was Last of Us, episode 7. We could definitely, obviously, go on for a very long time about it. Let's hit those. Ask the audience questions, and then ask the audience.
Yeah.
Okay. So our first question is from Jamie, aka Swiper Art. Jamie says, I asked my friends this question. I would love to hear what you all think as well. Nintendo is known for switching up their consoles every generation. Would y'all want the Switch to become the new DS and have a new, more powerful console, or a new Switch model?
I say a new Switch model with Joy-Cons that don't break in short amounts.
Or drift.
Or drift. Yes, and then you have to like pay for it to like get fixed. So
and beefed up graphics, beefed up resolution, and beefed up internet servers.
Yeah, for sure.
And being able to play games without internet connection, can we do that? Because
they got the money. God damn it, we know y'all got the money.
Y'all got money, okay? Y'all got two studios, two Universal. What is it like the Super Mario Worlds and everything? Y'all got money. Like it's fine.
They bringing it in. The dough is coming.
It is.
I'm new to Twitch. Not Twitch. I'm new to the Switch. I just bought mine like for Christmas as a gift to myself for finishing Resenter for the first chapter.
Oh, okay. Celebrate. Finishing what? Finishing what?
Oh, I'm sorry. For finishing my manga Resenter that is available now, and it's in the link. The link is in the chat.
I'm posting right now. Boom, boom.
Appreciate you. I'm new to I'm new to the Switch. The biggest gripe that I have, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but the joysticks are a little too short, and like I can't really rotate my finger the way I want to, especially on Mario Party, and I'm trying to or even Mario Kart, and I'm trying to turn.
Yeah, that's why you get the controller. It's good.
They're gonna get this. They're gonna get this pretty soon, and it's a pro controller, and it's just gonna. And it sucks. It sucks that you have to do this.
Because it looks expensive. It's looking like extra coins.
It's more than what you paid for initially, and that's already too much.
That's what it's sounding like.
Yeah, but it does improve it when you have time and the capital,
Because I was getting some blisters, and I'm like, I got to draw with this hand, and it's not.
Oh, we can't have that.
Oh no, we need those hands.
Yes, we do.
Yes, they were wrong for that.
But I do agree. Like if we can have the same not same Switch. We can have another Switch because I like the idea of it. I can play it on my TV and I can pull it and go play in bed and have it. That's great.
Agreed.
But I do agree. Beefed up graphics, beefed up internet. Like the Joy-Cons, like Jazz was saying, in regards to the controllers themselves, being better. I think that.
How do you innovate past the Wii other than VR? I don't know where we go from here other than VR.
I feel like all we can do now is just better graphics. Like I
might have to be like Total Recall. You gotta check out completely. Like
you gotta be
or Sword Art Online.
I got my chair.
Or some Avatar type shit where you jacked in
or Ready Player One.
Matrix. Yeah, you gotta
all of that.
Sword Art Online for my anime hands.
Sword Art Online.
Oh my god.
Hopefully not exactly like that, because that's terrifying.
Absolutely
All right, the next question. The next question. We have Tosca Beckham. Tosca says, what do you think will win Game of the Year? And also, if Spider-Man 2 comes out this year, which I'm kind of sensing a delay, but we'll see. What would you like to see in the game? I would like to play as Venom. And also, what costume do you want to see? Okay, bye. That's super cute. The ending of, okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Hogwarts Legacy is probably going to win.
Yeah.
No, they're probably not gonna. But I think political reasons they're not gonna let that win. It's not gonna win.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna karate chop that right now.
Yeah, they're not gonna let it win.
No. So
doubt it.
my critique on Hogwarts Legacy as a game, just purely as a game, because probably the best Harry Potter game you're ever gonna get in the next like decade, right?
For sure.
All they needed to do was add multiplayer. Period.
I do wish that they had multiplayer.
Why didn't they do that? Like optional multiplayer, I could have rolled up into my dormitory, saw my friends. We took classes, gone and got butterbeer. You know, like we'd have like it's your own Harry Potter adventure. Like you got your friends and they got your back, and y'all are fighting off all these wild odds. Come on, like that was an obvious choice.
Oh, big call.
I just wish it did a little bit more of the Grand Theft Auto situation. Like I should just be able to kill everybody. And I should be able to jump off and
you just want to murder everyone. Okay, I see.
Here's the thing. Magic. When I play Grand Theft Auto, you just drive on the sidewalk. Like that's the way you're supposed to play the game.
Precisely.
Well, okay. You're that, or my husband. He likes to just walk through the streets, just punching people, or getting a bunch of those. Yesterday, he got the cheat where your hits are explosive, so he'd hit them, and they just there's this big explosion would happen while he's punching. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I used to run people over for money.
Avocado.
That's what he wants to do. He just wants to kill everybody. So
J-Cut, now's the time to correct GiGi on how to say that. Do it up.
Oh yeah, I messed that up. I know I did. I
thought you were gonna take your hit back when you were like Manga cuz. She was like, And you could be like, no,
I knew I
darling.
messed that one up because I haven't seen the movies in a minute. I didn't.
No, I feel you.
I feel you. The first one, but
yeah, I'm not.
I knew I messed that one. I knew somebody.
I just wanted Jay to get their look back. That's all.
Hilarious.
It's Avada Kedavra. It's Avada Kedavra.
I devil's advocated for you.
No loyalty.
She did come in.
No loyalty.
I got told.
No way. I changed my 5 out of 10.
I got choked up before I hopped on the podcast. I told GiGi I was fair game, but I flipped the script. Shame on me.
She sure did.
Like, hello.
I take it back. The dub goes to GiGi today. Oh, that was good. But yeah,
goodness.
Game of the Year. It's too early for me to say. Like the only thing I have on my mind is RE4, and that's it. I don't know. Like
same.
That's all I got.
Same.
Yeah.
If Grand Theft Auto dropped this year, it's gonna take it for sure.
Boom.
It's not gonna be this year, is it?
Yeah,
it's definitely not going to be this year.
You think so? I heard it was mostly done already.
Baldur's Gate 3 just got a date.
I think it's 20. I think it's dated for 25 or 26. So it's definitely not coming out this year.
But if it did, it would.
I think so. I like Hogwarts Legacy as a game itself is a fantastic, like gorgeous game. Like that you could get distracted by the world, amazingly beautiful. I don't think it's going to win because of the outer world of that game. And then I do feel like you've got Breath of the Wild 2 that's coming out. If Spider-Man comes out, that might be a contender.
Yeah, that's it.
But we'll have to see if anything else drops.
I think Hogwarts Legacy can still take it, to be honest. Like if we're seeing like just the cultural impact it's having, it's kind of like the same vibe that Elden Ring gave us last year. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like everybody's talking about it, the memes, the skits, like
numbers.
I don't even
pre-order wise, it did well.
I don't even like Harry Potter. I'm seeing Harry Potter skits like every second. Like it's Slytherin.
It's the same damn skit.
That TikTok is everywhere.
Yeah, bro. I'm seeing like 30 of them motherfuckers like original. Like everybody going against everybody. It's like it's taking on its own thing. So for that reason, maybe I could see it having it. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't know.
People
I don't know.
Who knows? For a minute about Harry Potter and it's over. It's dead. And I'm apparently not.
It's not over. It's not dead. Pre-order sales broke records.
Yeah.
And then the amount of people that are streaming, it's definitely
a top. They're about to do a new movie where they're bringing the original character.
Are they really?
Yes.
Are y'all trolling?
Well,
or for real?
let's talk about that later. Let's talk about that later. Let's talk about that later. Don't get me super excited. Let me research that information first. Okay. All right. So, goodness, the way you made me like, okay, I got it.
It's a whole situation.
That was our show for today. Thank you guys so much for coming. Lovely conversation. Awesome conversation. Shout out to our guests, GiGi, J Cutt. Shout out also to our new hosts, Chelsea and Goofy, and our regular staple, Jazzy. Shout out to you as well. Normally we have you guys close out, but we is at 2.5 hours. So make sure you check them out.
Check out GiGi.
Make sure you check out GiGi. Her book has been linked in the chat a bunch of times. Also check out J Cutt as well. Check out his links. Also check out everybody. Show everybody some love. We love you. Happy Black History Month or Black History Year, Black History Life. Be nice to your local Blacks.
Black History Life.
And we'll see you later.